refresh the page. Nah, you're not live. Okay, how do I fucking do that? Oh yeah. Yeah. Is that muted? We muted? I don't think so. You hearing me twice? Okay. Well, I've muted myself on Zoom, so it should be okay. Salutations! Hang on.
Hello.
Is your stream live? Your stream.
My mic is muted as well. It's definitely live. We're doing a quick test 1, 2,
What the
1,
hell?
2 microphone.
Catch Wow Wonder after this ad break.
Yes, we like ad breaks. No, we don't. We really, really don't like ad
Watch
breaks.
with 5 viewers. Why? Do you get paid for these ads?
Yes. Yes. I don't know how much it is, but every ad does count. At least somewhere and somehow.
Really?
So greetings and salutations, my friends. Thank you very much for joining us today and tonight. We do have the crew. We figured out some nice technical difficulties, and we've also figured out some nice webcams as well.
Classic screen scuffage, mate. That's what we like to call it.
Some classic screen scuffage. Yes, that is exactly
So
it.
scuffed, mate.
So thank you all for being patient. We are finally here. We're going to pretty much just dive straight in without further ado, I guess. I was going to quickly add something here because it was nice and pretty. And we like music, but we're doing it really quick. So it's a little bit scuffed. But thank you all for being patient there. How about we go around the table and reintroduce ourselves while I set up one last thing. Let's start with... we'll go left to right. We'll start with Edward.
I'm Eddie, or Edward. I can't believe you put Edward down, to be honest.
Edward.
But I'm playing Ignacio, the Limbless Wonder.
Perfect fighter with a knack for crossbows and bows. Yeah. Love it. We'll go next, which is Mark.
Hello, greetings and salutations. I'm playing a wizard called Foreskin.
Foreskin. It's going to really emphasize that as well. It's Foreskin.
Also, you definitely have to move my webcam overlay just a tiny bit to the right.
How's that looking?
I'll be able to tell you in a sec.
Also add an E to the end of your name as well. There we go. We're like a good scuffage. There we go. And last but not least, we have James.
Hi. Only my fucking girlfriend calls me that when she's mad at me. Alright, pal?
Yep.
So I'm Coffee. I'm playing Well Met. I'm playing Lorcan, the Goliath Barbarian from a very small sort of clan in the high up in the mountains. Yeah. Good to see ya. Welcome
Nice
to the game.
Love it. Is it Lorcan? H-A-R-N?
Yes.
Lorcan.
Lorcan Runebreaker, I think is the name. I don't have it written down on my thing.
I've just updated it for you. Lorcan. Perfect. So we'll start straight away and we'll get into it. So normally what I like to do is get someone in the crew to describe what happened last time, but I'm not going to spring that on you this time. So I'll give you some feeding of information, essentially. So last time, you guys were... It's the first session. It was pretty rough. You introduced yourselves, metagamingly speaking, to the audience and myself for the reasons why you were here, or at least locked in this tabaxi prison cell, as it were. Now, for one reason or another, you were locked into these cells for varying reasons.
Oh yeah.
For varying reasons. And I'm just pulling it up now. Bang, 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 bang. This nice little crudely drawn picture here. In fact, I'll throw you guys onto it as well.
Oh, I love that picture. Oh my god, I thought you'd like drawn that intricate thing, and then it's just like really, really rudimentary, like hand-drawn fucking thing on MS Paint.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we got nice plugins. We got nice plugins called MS Paint, especially on Roll20. So you all started in this prison cell. Now it was kind of like Breaking Bad, where it was an underground or a dug-in pit with steel cages, and the four of you were locked in. Now, it was Ignacio, Foreskin, Lorcan, and Daryl, all locked in here. Now, you didn't really know Daryl. You didn't really know anyone, to be honest, as you awoke after being swindled, bamboozled into being knocked unconscious, essentially. As you awoke, you looked around the room, realized it's a new setting, and you had to escape. Daryl was the only one that was able to swiftly unlock and realize the severity of the case by unlocking the door with a makeshift lockpick from the bones of a skeleton in the area. Bartered a deal with all of you, saying, look, let's get ourselves out of here. I'll unlock the doors if you can get me out of here and give me your word for that. You gave him his word, and you were able to kind of barter this agreement that you'll help each other to escape from this tabaxi prison cell. If you didn't, you were going to be sold to the devils of the area, because these tabaxis seem to be notoriously dealing in slave trading. The tabaxis have this makeshift kind of settlement or town where it seems they swindle people into staying the night, coming in, knocking them out, and then selling them over to the devils for their own good. Now, Daryl did mention he's got an urgent mission and an urgent message he must deliver over to the west, and he said, look, if you can give me some company there, I'll put in a good favor to the town, or a good word to the town to say you helped me out, but it's up to you. I can make it on my own. We're trying to make it on my own there. It's of utmost importance. Now, Foreskin essentially did most of the work last session, with Ignacio and Lorcan being more than happy to sit back and not take any risk, where Foreskin was able to... It's a spicy chicken Japanese dish. Tabasco. Nice. The plan was essentially light the bar on fire. Using that as a distraction, look around for the gear and weapons, which was in this crate down in the southeast. Make a beeline for some horses, and ride out into the forest over to the west. Using Disguise Self, Foreskin was able to turn into a tabaxi, pretend to be drunk to fool the guards, start a small fire with some fistfuls of hay that he was able to gather from one of the hay bales, and the plan worked out flawlessly, essentially. On the travels to the west, the crew wasn't fast enough and was caught up by some tabaxi guards that were making all due haste to rescue their escaped prisoners. You all were aware of the oncoming slaughter, or the oncoming travelers, the oncoming pursuit. And you were able to set up a trap with this great MS Paint picture right here. You were able to use some of your rope, create a makeshift trap, ambush the tabaxis as they came through. Mercilessly
A tripwire.
A tripwire.
GG. I do believe it's important to take into account the fact that none of us considered the fact that we have range on us and just sat right next to the trap.
I was fine with it.
Hey, exactly. We like getting
That's
up in
exactly
people's
it.
faces, mate. Getting up in people's shit's my favorite thing to do, mate. Calm down.
I had 60-foot range. I fucked myself.
Yeah.
Yes, so you all stood right up against the road, my nice clearly drawn road. You were able to quench the onslaught of these Tabaxi guard and this big Tabaxi captain, as you were, able to easily slaughter them with the help of Daryl there. And continuing on your path. Yes?
Easily. Fucking... Someone almost died.
Someone
Not
almost
me.
died?
Sheepbeat
No,
almost died.
Mate, there's no almost dying around here, mate.
1 HP.
Mate, 1 HP and then some, mate. Don't you worry about it.
Yes, do not worry about it. So with all that, you were able to ride off into the sunset, or the sunrise, as it were. Well, actually, no, it was sunset. Coming into dark, or into the early evening, you were able to ride off from that. You were traveling for roughly 8-10 hours on horseback with no other further pursuit. As the
Did we take
early
a nap
morning
at all?
rises... No. Oh, I don't believe you did, because Daryl was just pushing for, we're almost there, keep on going forward on the back of the horse. And you kind of slowly make your way into town as the sunrise kind of starts hitting through the early glades and everything in the background. The nice moisture in the air kind of illuminating everything. The dampness kind of slowly fading away as the sunlight starts to hit all of this nice glades. You come in from the southern entrance over here. Whoops, you can't fucking see that. Let's just zoom out a little bit more. Gotta do it this way. So annoying. You come in through the southern entrance. Now I can make this bigger. Thank you. Boom. You come in through the southern entrance down here. And you start seeing this small town. Now Daryl sighs a sound of relief, going, I'm home, or... He says we're home, but he kind of means it more to himself. We're home, yes. And you start to see this small town, and he says, we're home into the town of Sebes, at long last. He pulls out a little flask from his side and takes a quick drink. And immediately you see this triangular-shaped fortification of a town. Large wooden fences, the gate kind of semi-closed. People are starting to wake up and do their morning routines, especially in the... let me just fucking maximize this. Especially in the farming areas where the mill is. Down south, or where you're coming through, you see a small set of tents with a small fire just kind of burning low onto the embers, someone kind of stoking it along. A couple of farmers making their way, and an archer in one of the town gates down on the southeast part here. You already see the faces looking up and turning towards you and pointing them. This town is mostly, as you can see, looking around, humans. There's a couple of dwarves, maybe an elf or two. There's a couple of tieflings as well, or not tieflings, sorry, halflings or shire folk as well.
So would we think this is sort of like a last bastion sort of thing, or do we think I think that Shebeard would think that this is a bit sus, considering the current climate.
You would assume quite easily, looking at the diversity of folks, that this is kind of like a safe haven for the last remaining free Faerun creatures, because you know that these kind of settlements have been kind of squashed. There's no more Baldur's Gate, there's no more Arm, there's no more Waterdeep. All of these large settlements, these large cities have been destroyed or kind of squashed, and right here and now, this is the first time you've come across a settlement with multicultures that aren't trying to kill you, essentially. You either come across settlements that are one culture, the Tabaxis, for example, or overrun with demon spawn and everything else.
So I think going forward, Shebeard would think to himself, maybe next time when there's not a diversity of beings, we should be more careful in our sort of judgments of the folk.
Yeah, that would probably help.
What are their facial expressions?
So from the people you see roughly like maybe a dozen workers all in kind of the stables, the farm, and a couple people over near the campgrounds as well. They're all shocked, surprised, and pointing at the two horses kind of riding in. Because from what we recall, it was Shebeard, or Lorcan, and Forcekin riding along with Daryl and Ignacio as well. So these two horses riding there.
Right.
Most of them seem to be looking up from their morning tasks, kind of like whispering and pointing over at you guys, like, and the horses kind of continue.
Ignacio is straddled behind Daryl on the steed, and I just ask him, Daryl, why are the doors to the fort wide open?
So I'll reconfirm before you ask that if you want. Like they're starting to open as trade kind of starts to come and go. Like you see a couple of guards starting to come out, maybe replacing the morning shift. It's slightly ajar. It's not as ajar as this image would dictate. You would probably assume, given your background, that they're replacing guard, because people are coming out for the morning day. It's enough. It's like 6 o'clock. There's a little bit of traffic, not too much. It's not wide open or anything like that. People are slowly coming through. But if you're still
in particular, right?
it's a diverse bunch.
Also, it's elves. Dwarves. Okay, so it's not just like elves are the guards, or
No.
dwarves are the guards.
No.
It's sort of just
It's mostly humans in this encampment. You see a couple of elves, like maybe one elf in ranger gear and one dwarf in kind of battle attire, hand in hand, well not hand in hand, but walking down the main path as the gates just start to open. You hear the calls from the southwestern corner tower saying, "Open the gate wider, riders coming." And the southeast guard kind of flagging them down as well.
okay. Surely, I guess internal monologue. Like, surely, considering that the whole place has been taken out by devils and demons, they've opened this joint up in a pretty cavalier kind of way. And I think that Shebeard's a bit sort of wondering sort of like why that's happening.
I say to Daryl, they must recognize you.
Yes, they do. They were waiting for me. They didn't know what to expect with me coming along, but they've been waiting for me for at least 2 to 3 days. I've been running late.
Where'd you been?
Captive, duh.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't know that.
Yes, I've been captive, but my mission took longer than I thought.
Did they expect you to be captive?
They expected me to take some time, but we didn't think we'd be this delayed.
What kind of mission were you on?
It's not my place to say, but you've earned my trust, cripple. Just a little, at least. Reconnaissance.
It's funny because it's true.
Reconnaissance for what?
Shut up, you.
And I
He
guess
lifts
I
you up and
turned over to Foreskin. Do not pry.
Yes. Blue Man will have a wonderful time in this town, I'm sure. The rest of you will probably go unnoticed. For saving me, I'll give you this. As you're kind of approaching the gates. Don't expect a warm welcome, Blueskin or Halfling. Or half-arm.
Whoa. What about the Goliath?
Yeah, do I get an insult?
At least I'm human.
The
Hey, I'm
Goliath's
just
human-looking.
a big boy, okay?
This is a sanctuary for free people. Free Faerun people.
Is Shebeard wearing like a dress?
Hell yeah, miniskirt. Well,
Miniskirt?
I mean, you don't need armor, so.
Well, actually, I was. I think that when I was stripped down from all my stuff, I haven't had time to put my shit back on.
It doesn't take
So-
it doesn't take too
Yeah,
long to
but
put
I
things on.
haven't.
If you want to, you
I
can.
I haven't done that yet. I've got something planned, so
Oh, that's fine. So what, you're still in your knickers?
yeah, I'm still in the loincloth.
Still in loincloth. So you spent like the whole 8 hours riding in a loincloth.
Yeah,
Doesn't it
well,
get-
it's been
doesn't it get
hectic.
sore?
We thought we were on fugitives and shit. I don't have time to think about putting my clothes back on.
He's like gooch area. I mean, he could have tucked the loincloth. It would have been fine.
Yeah,
Stop
sure.
it.
Maybe he's considering it as an accessory. Then, like, you know what? I can rock this. It's not a bad look.
Exactly. Okay, so as you're approaching, Daryl says, "We're gonna meet the mayor. From there, you can explain yourselves. I'll put it in a good word, but that's all I can do. We haven't really introduced ourselves, or I don't really know what your plans are. But if you wish to stay, that I can put a good word in for. You did save me after all."
We shall
closer.
see once we've met the mayor, I guess.
I guess I just look at him curiously, being like, okay.
Okay. And you
Okay.
approach closer to the gate. The gate kind of parts way. You see some more guards open the gate by hand, and once you're through, they close it back, so it's just one partial door opens. So
We're still on horse.
You're still on horseback at this point. The horses are going to go to the center. It seems like you're being directed to the center there.
Did the guards greet Daryl by name?
No,
Okay. So they don't give a shit. They're just like, go on through.
they give you a nod, and that's about the extent of it that you can see.
Do they acknowledge us, or they just like give Daryl the nod, and be like, go on through?
They give Daryl
Did I
a
like-
nod, and even you can see that everyone's kind of staring at the party, like, who the fuck are these guys?
But they're not like,
You can roll a
they're not like,
perception
welcome
check if
back,
you want.
Daryl.
Sorry, what check?
You can give me a perception check there, fucking Mark, or Forcekin.
I would like to also give.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Give it-
I like
give it a
rolling
look.
dice. Why not?
You like rolling dice? Yeah. What are you rolling for? So I know Foreskin's kind of looking for, or at least what I've interpreted is kind of looking at the distinction around the guards and seeing what they're noticing and looking around as they're passing through. Is Lorcan looking for anything in particular?
I'm looking to see if there's any sort of suspect. Like, obviously, I'm curious as of why this settlement is so relaxed.
Okay.
So I'm sort of looking to see if there's any, if I can notice any sort of strange behavior or anything like that.
Strange behavior. Sure.
Okay.
Give me a roll. So, and Inisha, you're free for this as well. That's totally up to you.
You spotted demon putting their human mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you being led to another trap? If you're sus of the people, you might want to do more of an insight check. But if you kind of look, you're not really asking anyone anything or trying to gauge what it is. So maybe a perception.
Yeah, I'm just gauging the vibe, you know?
If you're gauging the
That's
vibe,
what-
we'll do a perception.
That's a perception to me. Okay. Let's
It's
do
so
it.
weird because we're still getting reverberation from you.
Hold on. Yeah. Wouldn't it be an investigation based on the fact that he's deducing what he can see in plain sight? Perception would be if he's spotting something that's hard to see. So he'd have to be looking
Sure.
in particular.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can give me an insight if you want.
Inside or investigation, I reckon.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
actually-
either roll. Either roll.
An investigation?
Sure.
Okay.
Eddie's
I'm just
gonna help
looking
you
for.
guys.
I'll do an
I'm just-
investigation.
I'm just looking for. Are they using first name to engage him? They're looking excited to see him back here, kind of deal.
Yeah. Okay. Initio, feel free to roll if you want. So, Foreskin, what you kind of see is more eyes are drawn to you than anyone else. So, as you're kind of approaching this gate, you can feel the looks of everyone in this town kind of looking at you. You're the oddball here, is what it is. You see the nod to Daryl as you kind of come through. They've obviously been expecting him. There's no surprise there. The surprise is you. They're not looking at the giant fucking 8-foot tall behemoth or this man with a crossbow and a short sword as an arm, or Daryl too particularly. Everyone's eyes are drawn on you, Foreskin. And that continues as you come through to the town as well. All these women and children and these men kind of going about their day.
My sword arm goes into an actual like artificial arm, so I can still fucking do shit. Like it'd be
Still
really
jack off.
hard. It'd be really hard riding a horse with a sword.
It would be.
You can still jack off with your.
Oh yeah, well, that's true.
You got to
I
be
need
able to
two
do that, mate.
Can't work the balls with a sword.
It is obvious. I assume here, and correct me if I'm wrong. It is obvious that you are. You've
They're artificial.
Yeah, they're artificial. Yeah. So even you would get kind of looks. At least in your past, you would have gotten looks. Today, it's a lucky day. No one's looking at you. No one gives a fuck about you. You're normal, as far as you're aware.
I like just kind of like try and stay out of the focus of these people as much as possible, because this is like a shower of relief. Just oh my god, so glad attention's on someone else.
Their eyes kind of glaze over Daryl. They kind of see you in their peripheral vision and then just go straight to this man in blue, this blue man. Lorcan, your perception, you get the kind of feeling as well that everyone's not looking at you. You kind of expect people, I imagine,
I just also like to say that I've got a, I've got a, like one of my passives, and it's called "All Eyes on You."
All eyes on you. Even
all
today,
eyes on you.
all eyes aren't on you.
All
you
eyes
make out,
are not on me. Oh my god, that's
you make
heavy.
out there's one or two other Goliaths in the background there as well,
Ooh.
kind of walking around. So you're not the only giant 8-foot tall person. You assume they're Goliaths, but they're just tall people, is what you can like. As you see, you just see these 8-foot, 9-foot tall people in the background, kind of over in the villages as well.
Okay.
You would probably draw that they're Goliath, and with your investigation, looking if anything's sus, it's a happy town. Everyone's happy, welcoming, nothing to worry about here. It's literally a trusting community.
Okay, I think I would take a sigh of relief after that and sort of just sort of do a big exhale and sort of drop my guard a little bit.
Alright. I'd like to look to Ignacio and Lorcan and be like, hey, 1 silver says they love me and they're not racist.
I ignore him.
Anyone want to take that bet?
I sort of look at you and just sort of like do a little head shake and.
For you, Lorcan, the feeling of the town is like, this town's at home. I'm like, so nice, so peaceful, so relaxing. Everyone's super cool here. Look at all the races. This is awesome. There's Goliaths here.
I have a question about the Goliaths.
Yeah, go for it.
Obviously my clan sticks out quite.
It's a different clan.
I still I
would say
I haven't
you
actually
wouldn't
thought of the
recognize
name of
symbols.
my clan before.
That's fine. When you do, whack it in your bio.
But I want to go up and say hello to them.
Yeah. So you're still on horseback at the moment. As the horse is kind of...
That's for later. Okay, cool.
Sure. So you kind of come into town. You're in the center of this town. It's, early light, given it's warm. I think it's warm season. I think I put that down as warm season. Considering at the moment it is, it's warm season. It's quite early, but the light is shining through. It's probably been like an hour at most, maybe 2 of sunlight. And you come marching through on these horses, and Daryl starts disbarking himself, like taking himself off the horse. And someone kind of comes along, gives a nod to Daryl, and starts like holding the horses for you.
Okay, cool.
So you're in the city town, and he goes, Daryl says to you, feel free to come with me if you want. I'm here to see the mayor and give him my message, and then my job will be complete. Come with me or see the town. It's up to you.
I'd like to follow him.
I would also follow Daryl. Don't do it.
I feel I need to do something before you guys kind of do your shit. Can I see any like food vendors or anything like that around me?
There's a butcher. It's probably the best thing, or an inn.
Like
You saw a fishing hut on the way in as well.
No fruit or veg?
Nope. It's a very simple town.
Very simple town. Fruit and veg.
Nah, mate, turnips only, mate. And cabbages!
Oh, don't get me started on the turnip.
Oh, mate, that's a story and a half for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Wait, can you ping? Let's go for fishing. Where's the fisher?
Fishing's on the outside of the town, so you should be able to see the little map there.
Yeah.
It is outside of town.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
Spotted.
Well, where's the meat vendor?
The meat vendor probably be closest to the general store or like the marketplace. You kind of see a couple of, let's say you do see some like fruit and vegetables at the marketplace there. It's very, very basic stuff, and some cured meats as well, and some small fruit and vegetables on display and meats.
What season are we in currently, Josh?
Warm. So this world's got like 5 seasons. At the moment, it's warm, so you could equate that to summer.
Late or
Summer?
is it early or late in the warm season?
It's probably pretty early.
Oh,
it's
okay,
just
so
come-
we've still got some
Yeah, it's just
early
come out of
harvest.
Yeah,
Some
it's
early
late
harvest.
Yeah.
It would be early harvest, wouldn't it? Because late
No,
harvest
you
is
harvest
like...
you harvest in spring.
No, but like for fruit and veg. I thought fruits are like...
Depends on the specific plant, I think.
Yeah, but things
Let's
like
say it's early
tropical
harvest
fruits
then.
and stuff are like
Early harvest.
late harvest, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, I guess I turn to Ladybeard and Ignacio and be like,
She-beard, mate. Get it right.
She-beard. And be like, hey guys, I'll be back in a second. It's got to sort something out quickly, and I'd like to head to the marketplace.
Sure.
Suit yourself, blue boy.
So the marketplace is literally going to be the opposite of where you guys are going. So I'll just...
That's fine.
If you guys are happy, I'm happy to remove the markers here and just draw if you want, because it gets a little bit confusing as it is. But
Yeah,
you
we
guys
don't need the
going
marker for this map.
Listen with my words if you can handle it. So Ignacio, Daryl, and Lorcan, I'm going to remember that eventually, kind of go over to the northeast, over towards where more of the residential areas are, and you start making your way to this tripod of a home. Behind you, you see Foreskin kind of mosey on over, taking in the sights and sounds of the feeble market just setting up for the day. People putting out their fruits, their vegetables, their meats as well. You see roughly like 4 different merchants there, Foreskin, kind of starting to prepare things. There's kids in the area, all pointing at you, all whispering behind your back. You see a couple of the guards kind of patrolling the market area, all just staring directly at you. Couple of the other townsfolk getting ready for their day, kind of coming in and out of the blacksmith as they're stoking the fires. Literally everyone's looking at you as you approach this marketplace. Daryl marches on. Daryl with...
I just pull my hood tight and try not to know, trying to ignore them as much as possible.
Yeah,
Kind of used to it.
no eye is on you again. You can easily see that everyone's eye is on this blue
He's
boy.
on the blue guy. All right.
And Daryl's like, well, he's got a death wish. All right, cool.
Do any kids run by us or anything like that? Oh, there's a blue
Yeah.
boy. Oh, they heard. There's a blue man here.
Yeah, as you're kind of coming closer towards what you assume is the mayor's house or mayor's inn, or at least a meeting place for general conservatories, some general discussion, you kind of hear people just whispering amongst themselves. Give me a perception. In fact, no, you both of your passive perception is enough. You kind of hear everyone coming out of the houses instantly see this person, or at least after a couple of seconds see this blue skin, and they just gasp. A devil's here. What's a devil doing here? Are we safe? We should call the guards. What? It's blue devil. Have you seen a blue devil? I don't know. But surely they exist. Oh, I don't feel safe here. Quick, grab your sword, young one. And Daryl just kind of nods his head and marches forward, ignoring them all.
Ignacio thinks internally, he's like, oh shit, he's a devil.
I think to myself, there is trouble amidst.
Yep. Daryl goes, well, your friend might be into a fun one tonight. Or today, I should say. Let's hope he has got a quick tongue about him. Anyway, I've got the message to deliver. Daryl reaches into his makeshift rucksack, pulls out the note that he's kind of holding closely to his hands. Yes, soon we'll be free. Knocks on the door. There's a couple of guards at the door. They nod to him. They look both of you up and down and give you a quick nod. He knocks thrice, and there's a voice saying, enter. The guards open the door, and the 3 of you enter, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the house, you see this
duck.
barely... Yes, you would probably have to duck into the house there.
Yeah, I'm not used to having to do that.
Now, once you're inside, though, it opens up a little bit more, so you can at least stand tall in this
Like
room.
in the main chamber, yeah.
Yeah, in the main chamber. It's not like the Shire, how you still have, you're like Gandalf and you've got like a crooked.
Yeah.
And in there you see 3 kids, a small table. It's barely furnished. It seems like more of a meeting hall there for official business. And this blonde, short, crew-cut haired man, rippling with muscles, with a painting kind of badly drawn behind his back. You would assume is the mayor at this point in time. And he kind of gestures for you, and he stands up and he goes, Daryl, good, you're here. Oh,
Is he shirtless? Because I just imagined him shirtless when he said he was rippling.
Don't want to hear about your
Probably not,
fantasies.
but
Once he stands up, he goes, Daryl, and his excitement, his shirt rips off of him.
yes.
Sorry. In my family of Sebes, it's a talent passed down in many of the family of Sebes, being able to rip your clothing off.
You know, from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Funny about that. It's like I maybe have done that on purpose. So he looks like, we're all Full Metal Alchemists, or seen it at least. He looks like Major Armstrong, Alex Armstrong. But this guy is not called Alex, obviously. So he steps forward. He greets Daryl with a brief hug and goes, so you've got it, do you? Daryl goes, yeah, I've got it. Here you go, sir. And hands it to there. Good. I've been waiting for this for a long time there, Daryl. We were beginning to wonder. And what about the secret message? Yes, I've got that as well, Daryl says in response. I'll give that to you later. These are the guys that have saved me from from dire circumstances. God, I've got to stop drinking my espresso martinis. From dire circumstances. Oh, welcome everyone. My name is Fenolio Sebes. Greetings. I'm the mayor of this town. And he kind of walks over to you as these sparkles in his eyes and all around him kind of just glisten as he greets you. Now this guy's like pretty close to your height there, Lorcan. Not as tall, but you definitely notice he's tall for a human, and probably really small for a Goliath. But he is strong, obviously strong. And the 3 children behind him kind of are still in his tail, kind of just like cowering behind, almost like childish, like, cute and childish, like. He goes, thank you for bringing Daryl back to the mists. We were worried that he was gone for too long. We wouldn't be able to find him anymore. You've done a great deed for all of Faerun here. My God, if only you knew what you've done. But we'll get to that in a bit. Have you seen my children? Foreskin's asking will I split between the two? But yes, I will split between the two. Have you seen my children? Come. Now's not the time for such trials and tribulations and dark tidings. What you've done today is a service to Faerun, and we thank you. Both human and Goliath alike, you cannot begin to understand how important this man is. And he claps.
Can we stay in your town?
Of course. How rude am I? Any person to save Daryl here is a friend of mine, and I extend to you my deepest gratitude. My deepest gratitude. Of course you can stay in the town.
Is he flexing his muscles at all?
He looks at you. So he goes up and pats you on the shoulder there, Ignacio, as he's kind of greeting both of you. He goes to you first, Ignacio. He tries to like grab your hand, kind of sees the augmentations. So he tries to, it's like someone trying to do a left-handed shake, because he sees that might be your stronger or your left-hand dominant for whatever reason.
Can I dex save to try and, if he tries to touch my shoulder? Because I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, by all means. So it kind of goes in for your right hand, realizes that might be the wrong choice because it's artificer, and then it kind of goes for your left hand because it seems a little bit stronger, like maybe your left-handed dominant. Kind of gets a bit confused, so kind of just tries to touch you on your shoulder, and he goes, "Good work!" And he pats you on the shoulder, like he goes there.
Can I just say that if he tried to pat me on the shoulder, I feel like I'd do like that.
He'll get to you first.
When Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's going to be something like that. Don't worry.
Okay. Good.
Because he doesn't want to hurt you there, Ignacio. He seems you've been through a lot. He's trying to be polite. You can see that, but it comes off as very clumsy on his part. So he kind of like haphazardly kind of pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Ah, good work."
Okay.
He does see that he's offended you at least a little bit, but he pushes on forward, sees Lorcan and giving his top is busted open, and your top is busted open. He goes, "Ha ha!" and goes for one of the Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of handshakes, like, you know, "Ha! Ha!"
Like grab it with vigor and just.
Yeah, let's do a strength roll.
Yeah, I'd like to do an opposing strength check. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a friendly roll.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, cool. He's got a plus 2 mod.
What? I rolled like 5, and he rolled like fucking 19.
Yeah, so he's not trying anything hard, but you know, you can feel the strength resonating through him as he's just kind of clasping your hands, and you go, "Yeah, this guy's pretty fucking strong."
And so at that, afterwards, like sort of just like give him the nod.
Give him the nod. He nods back to you. As well. I was like, huh.
While they're shaking, I'll just go, "I'll be outside," and just walk outside. Because
Yeah,
there's
by all
clearly
means.
like having an intimate
There's
moment.
a lot of
something.
testosterone and big dick male energy going on in
Air's
here,
thick
man.
in here.
Yeah, the air is thick. Yes. But before you go, little one, young one. You'd say young one. He's got like grey in his beard. He's kind of got the grey in mind and grey hair and everything like that. Well, like it's blonde, but you kind of see some streaks. He's definitely older than you, so he kind of says young one in his fathering tone. Before you go, please meet my children. I'm sure they're more than happy to meet you visitors. And he kind of pushes them forward. There's this short, brown-haired kid. They're all brown hair, it seems. None of them golden. He goes, "This is James. This is Mark. And this is Ed." Or Edward, but he prefers Eddie. And they're all kind of maybe 8 years old, maybe 7 years old, roughly the same age.
Man. I feel like I'm that old.
And they're all kind of cowering behind their dad there. But, you know, they make a good impression and say hello courteously.
Hi. Greetings, young ones.
Yes. Good work. Daryl.
He actually just stares at them blankly.
Yeah. I thank you for your work, adventurers, and for saving Daryl in his times. I'm sure he'll fill me in onto the details. For now, make yourselves comfortable into my town here. It's not much, but it's a safe haven for all creatures of Faerun. All that have been thrown out.
There is just one thing.
Yes, what is that?
We have a blue friend, and
Blue?
just make sure nothing
Blue.
befouls him.
A blue friend, is he demon? Did you bring demons in here?
We think not. He's too stupid to be a demon.
I heard he may be a devil.
Devils and demons in my town? Daryl, I'll have to catch
I've
up to you later.
encountered devils and demons in my travels untoward this place, and from what I've seen, he is not capable of such evil.
He's not very scary.
Yes, not at all.
A blue man in my town. This is troubling indeed. Troubling indeed. Daryl, we will catch up later. Take me to this man at once. Your friend, as you say.
All right, too easy.
I'll inspect him.
Last we
and
saw
his
him was
character
in the market
myself.
area feasting.
Sure. So at this point in time,
grab a
we'll,
wine quickly.
Yep.
BRB.
that's fine. At this point in time, we'll cut over to Foreskin here. So Foreskin, you see the Daryl, Lorcan, and Ignacio kind of walk the other way over to wherever they're going. And in front of you, you see a couple of market stands, really basic, probably something you would see in like Europe during summer solstice or like, you know, winter solstice there. Not really much on display. It seems quite a poor town. But you do see a diverse range of fruits that only maybe Faerun creatures would be able to harvest. It's different to the Tabaxi markets that you've been to or other towns that you kind of seen there. You've got fish, you've got some cured meats, some like red meat, some deer, some venison, some probably what looks like giant beast, a couple of apples, some wheat, some barley. You know, it's basic supplies in this marketplace here.
Yeah, no worries. I guess I would like to. So, do I need to do a perception check, or can I can just notice that everyone around me is staring at me, or?
At this point in time, you really do notice that everyone is staring, pointing, and whispering about you.
Yeah,
to help you out as your new person. If your character is that concerned about the whisperings, you can roll a perception check to kind of listen into what those whisperings are. But if your character wouldn't care about the whisperings, there's no need. But you definitely get the feeling that people are looking at you.
No worries. I'd like to approach the first. Let's go with the first fruit vendor I see.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Kind of just,
So
I
it's
guess,
kind of
leisurely walk up to the nearest fruit vendor I see.
yeah. So it's an easy 10-second, 20-second at most stroll, especially if you're walking very slowly, taking in the sights and sounds of things. This is kind of like what you see on the side of a highway, those kind of fruit and vegetable markets. Maybe someone's got a farm. It's really basic, maybe like 3-4 different types of vegetables and fruit. You see some root vegetables, maybe what looks like orange, conal-shaped orange vegetables with kind of green flowers or green kind of stems coming out of the top of it. You see a couple of like small, red, circular, lush, plump vegetables. You see a couple of floral green tree looking vegetables as well, very basic. And then you see some kind of like randomly oval shaped squashed brown vegetables.
No worries, but I'd like to approach
You haven't
the
seen
vendor.
any of these before.
No, yeah, awesome. I'd just like to approach the vendor and be like, "Greetings and salutations, sir." I've just
Screams out, demon, demon, demon! Cowers behind his little fruit stand. Guards! Guards! There's a demon! Pointing at you.
No worries, give me a second.
Yeah, go for it. You see the other fruit and vegetable, or the other market owners kind of all cowering behind them as well. Guards from the gates, guards from the watchtower, a couple of people from the blacksmith start taking up arms and slowly approaching you.
No worries, I'd like to, when we got our 4 silver, did I put it in my pocket? Yeah, from our previous battle.
Oh, yeah. Is that in the party loot, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we all have to discuss what party loot is, but okay.
Well, no. They all got 5, and I got 4 because I gave 1.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that'd be in your own little.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
I got 5. Jesus, I gotta put that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I put it in my pocket, or did I put it into like a
coin sack?
like a coin sack? Yeah.
I'd say you've got a coin sack on you. It's up to you if you want to put it on your coin sack. Like, your clothes pockets aren't really that big of a thing here. It's like either in your backpack or in a coin sack. Most likely you would put it in a coin sack. But I'm happy for you if you've gotten a couple of silver pieces out beforehand in anticipation for coming to the market.
No, that's totally fine. I'd like to kind of ignore everything that's going around me. And slowly
the screams of demon, devil, they're here to kill us. This blue man is the Antichrist. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd like to ignore that and be like, fucking. And it's kind of hopefully he doesn't realize what I'm doing, but I'd like to just cast
Prestidigitation?
And then just put my sack.
It's only a hard word for you, by the way. It's only a really hard word for you.
Prestidigitation. Put my sack on top of his.
Yeah, okay, so you put your.
I'd be like, have this loud sound of just like bucket loads of money and be like, I'd like to buy some fruit, sir.
Okay, so you're putting the gold coins, as what you're probably trying to portray this off, onto the counter to try and, reassure him. And you're actually really calm, going, look, I'm just here to buy something, it's all good. And you're dropping the coins there. Okay.
Pull off his appearance being like, I'm wealthy as fuck. Here's a whole bunch of coins. I'm here to buy stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I love it. You can give me a persuasion flat. You did have to walk through the theory if you're curious. You had disadvantage because they don't trust you. Prestidigitation makes you seem more wealthy than you are, so that would give you advantage. In our world, it cancels out, so you are just flat roll. So you're able to cancel out the disadvantage.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like I'm deceiving him, wouldn't you say? Like, I'm legitimately using magic here to deceive him.
Well, aren't you trying to buy something, though?
Oh, not
Like, you can tell me like metagamingly. That's fine. Like I'm here to help you. And to
no,
find the
I'm
most-
like,
if you think you're trying to deceive him, by all means, go for deception.
like, look, I am here to buy something, but I want to put off that perception of I'm wealthy as shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm happy with deception, man. Like I'm happy with deception. Again, you just gotta sell it to me as to like why.
Oh, not bad.
16. Okay. 20. Yeah. Okay. So while everyone else is kind of screaming and going on and carrying on their business, this man, who's this short, stout man with kind of like a long beard, short, greasy hair, reaches behind the counter and he starts pulling out like this long poking stick, like maybe a twining stick. And from afar, he kind of just like taps the sack, kind of like pokes the sack. Maybe it's got like the plague or something. And he like pokes the sack a little bit, and you can hear the clink of coins. You can hear the clink of coins on it, and he kind of goes, "What do you want?"
I'd like to be like, look, engage me in my surroundings. Things are not looking very well for me.
Yeah,
I'm
if you're talking
interested
about it
in-
internally.
I'm interested in buying some fruit for my friends. Is it possible for me to shake your hand to hopefully calm the ears of everyone around me who's screaming? Is this okay?
There is no fucking way he's shaking your hand. You're a devil! I knew you were a devil! Trying to sell my soul! I'm not going to agree to anything that you say! Devil! Devil! This guy's a devil! And at this point, the guards start making a double time to you.
No worries. Give me a second.
Yeah, if to help you out in this here, Mark, as well, just to give you a little bit more of your backstory, you came through a devil portal. You came through devil customs, and given your history of kind of coming through devil customs, it's the first kind of major city you've been in Faerun here. You kind of understand that devils are like, you watch Supernatural or you know anything about like a devil's contract and stuff like that. Like they're very methodical on, I'll give you something if you give me something. You know, it's a very, it's like a trade. They're very good at trading. So your gesture of like shaking a hand is probably something that you've gathered from the devil culture. It's like, you know, I'll give you a coin and I'll calm you down if you sell me fruit. However, I'll also
That's
steal your soul.
necessary. It comes up with
The
nefarious.
fruit of your soul.
Yeah, because that's probably what they usually get along. It's like, I'll buy your soul for this coin. And I'll also take the fruit, of course, because you're a fruit merchant. So they're obviously very weary from you.
No worries. Can I actually? You know what? Am I talking to a dwarf?
A short man. As far as you're aware, he's a short man.
Can I do a history check?
Yeah, sure. If you want to understand if he's a dwarf or not, go for it. This guy is clearly terrified of you. Yeah, that's a nat 1, but history is really high for you. Even with a 7 as well, because there's no fumbling on these, you assume he's a small human. It's probably not a gnome, but it's probably not a Goliath. It's a small human. And at this point, you probably got, let's say, 4 guards with mail armor and short swords coming at you, weapons drawn.
Awesome. At this
This
point
guy's
in
clearly
time,
shit scared, and he's almost in tears, and he's too petrified to run away.
awesome. At this point in time, I think I would like to. Is there any circular fruit in front of me?
There's the oval. There's
Like
the
circular-
brown oval shaped thing that came from the ground that looks like, quite brown and dirty. It's
Look
maybe not
hard?
a perfect turtle. Yeah, it's hard. It looks like maybe a rock, an edible rock that's brown and full of dirt.
Shit.
Yeah, it looks like
Awesome. Easy. At this point in time, I think I'd like to just grab. Let's grab four of those oval-shaped brown shit.
Mhm.
Turn around.
Mark, for
cast
reference, it's a potato.
prestidigitation. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Prestidigitation. And basically just yell out, "Greetings, everyone! I'm here to entertain. Look at my amazing skills as I juggle these amazing potatoes."
Okay, give me a performance check at this point in time.
Hang on 1 second, I'm gonna charge my phone.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Performance check, again, same deal as last time, with the prestidigitation of making it more awesome as it is. It kind of cancels out the disadvantage of everyone hating you and loathing you, thinking you're a demon.
Yeah, no worries.
19. Okay. Yeah, okay. The crowd kind of stops for a good solid moment. They were advancing onto you, weapons drawn, as you start announcing yourself. "Look at me, I am so fantastic drawing my potatoes," or these circular heavy objects that you're starting to juggle in front of the crowd there. And surprisingly, considering you've never really done many performances in your life, you're able to start getting more of a crowd, more of these people around you, maybe in a little bit of awe. They're all staying their distance from you. They're definitely still got swords drawn, and you've definitely got more guard kind of slowly coming through, but they're not advancing on you. They're keeping their distance, maybe 60
Hesitant.
feet.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very hesitant. They're unsure. It's like, this
Okay, nerds.
seems like witchery, but maybe it's not. So we'll flick back to the other two. So, going back to Lorcan. Oh, there we go. Lorcan and... We've swapped cameras around. We're really going to have to figure that. No, it's just stream there. So going back to Lorcan and Ignacio.
I might be upside. I have to put myself upside down. Is there any way you can flip it?
No.
No, you're good. You good? No,
That's fine. You can be upside down. Look, I should be able to figure this one out.
Unlock my screen.
So there you go. I
Hang
don't
on,
have
hang
to flip it around, but
No, you're good.
Fenolio kind of starts hurrying you out of the door. "Quickly, we must see to your friend. If he's here on good intentions, I'm sure the crowd will fear otherwise. Blue men, red men, blue skin, red skin. It seems much evil in this land, and we want to try and minimize the effects here. If you vouch for him, I will trust you on this, but
Oh yeah, true, on the side.
take me at this word. If he is here for evil, I will kill him myself."
How's
And
that?
he pulls out a gigantic great axe, or great sword, from the wall, and rushes forward through the door. You got all that, Coffee?
Sorry, I was just trying to fix my
That's all good.
camera setup. So he's busted through this door with his great sword, and we're running down to.
Yeah, Fenolio says, like, if he's of blue skin, the townsfolk won't really take kindly of him. They'll see him as a demon or a devil. Look, if you vouch for him and he's here for good, I'll take you at your word. But if he does any evil to threaten this town, I will slay him. I will put him down.
As
So
will
he
we.
is. Oh, good. We're in agreement then. And he marches through the door with this massive great sword as well. The kids, he says to them, "You three, stay here!" And he calls for someone in the corners. Her name will be... Ahan. Ahan! Look after the boys! And this strong, muscular woman kind of marches forward. Kind of looks like Nurse Ratchet. Yes! Yes, sire! I will look after the boys! In this deep, husky voice. As you march kind of through, you get this glimpse in the start through like the trees and through the houses of Foreskin, surrounded by these guards at this point in time. Let's draw it nicely. Kind of encompassed by these guards, roughly 60 feet away from the circle in the middle. And he's kind of just sitting there juggling, and it looks quite amusing at this point. Like, even you would have to say, well, it's unexpected. You don't really know too much about him, but it's quite good, you would say.
All right.
Oh, he doesn't seem
Cool.
in too much trouble at this point. Although, I can see the guards are on edge.
Indeed.
And he marches on forward. He goes, people, calm down. This person here is okay. He's no demon. And he looks around at you guys and, like, for affirmation, like, he's no demon or devil, right? Yes, be at ease.
Demon or devil.
Be at ease, my friends. Be at ease. Go back to your business. It's okay. He's here. He's a guest of ours. He's no demon. Let him speak for himself and tell us what he is.
Yeah, what are you?
I feel like in an attempt to make a laugh and to make a joke of myself, I kind of just do my little cheeky juggling, and then just every brown object just hits me straight in the head. Yeah, like one of those.
Kind of like a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a bit of a clown almost.
See, he is no harm of us, but what say you? What are you? Where are you from, mister? As you can see, this is a sanctuary for the people of Faerun, and you are not a Faerun creature. I know that much for certain. Tell us. Tell the town here, what business do you have? Put their minds at ease.
I'm merely a traveling merchant, being caught up in my own ways, just trying to learn the ways of the land and further enhance my knowledge about what is and what isn't. Great music, by the way, mate. Very upset you did that.
Yeah, we're getting there. I don't know how to autoplay everything. Yeah,
You can put it on Unka Dunka Pod if you want.
I could put it on Lunza Good Good.
I'm merely here from helping a friend called Daryl, but I'm here on other duties to buy merely fruit. Can you recommend anything?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage this time. So you're all coming into the courtyard as you were with the horses were stabled and everything like that. Everyone's kind of surrounding Foreskin. Weapons drawn, although slightly lowered at this point in time as everything's coming through. That's hard. However, the voice of the mayor was able to kind of reassure everyone. It's okay, everyone. If you do not trust him, trust in me. Trust in me. If you have anything to say, you can take it up with me, and we'll be able to resolve this. For now, at least don't kill him. The guards kind of apprehensively look around, and I guess so. Like, there's still eyes on you, but then they sheath their weapons. The merchant still has his long tapping stick out, and he's kind of trying to poke the coins into his sack. The potatoes, or the fruit you want.
I think at this point in time, I'd like to just pick up his four brown objects and be like, sorry about all that. This is a common theme in my life. Look, here are your potatoes back. And to pick up the sack to make sure that he doesn't realize that, it's all fucking lies. And be like, to pull out 2 silver coins and be like, here, look. Here's 2 silver coins. Actually, no, you know what? Yeah, pull out 2 silver coins and be like, here, look. Give me 2 of your best tasting fruits and be done. And we'll call it a day.
Oh, no harm done.
Fuck, 2 silver's a lot of money for fruit.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of money. You have no concept of quality. Yeah, you have no concept of money. You're in like Thailand. You're like 16 in Thailand, and you're paying like $50 for a Mai Tai here. Like you still haven't worked out the currency conversion here. You're paying $50 essentially for a single drink. To equate that, you're paying 2 silver for 3. He gives you 3 fruits. He goes, oh, that's okay. As long as you don't kill us or take my soul. And he's poking kind of 3 fruits to you. He's still not getting any closer. And he pokes, and taps. You can have this one. It's called a tomato. And this one that you're already familiar with is a potato. It's quite good, quite good. It's very royal. Only the kings and queens and everything like that eat the potatoes. And he taps to the last one, which is a carrot. And he goes, "Oh, this is a carrot as well. Please, take the 3 and be gone."
Can I do a perception check to see if anyone stands up to defend how much I'm about to pay?
Yeah, did Ignacio see this exchange and hear it clearly, or with my passive? Because I wouldn't be looking for it.
Considering all eyes are on him, you would probably see the trade going on, and I would imagine, Foreskin, you're probably a bit more vocal, trying to put everyone's mind at ease, and you're not.
As soon as he's like this exchange is going on, then Ignacio would, stride right up to the dealer, and just look him dead in the eye, and be like, "Why are you ripping him off?"
No. I'm
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Don't argue with me. 2 silver for a carrot, a potato, and a tomato.
Oh no.
That's your month of wages.
This is a poor village. Yes.
Yeah. So give us the change. Give us the change, and we'll leave.
India. Fucking cheers, buddy. There. Let's get some wow on a rum into chat first, bird boy.
Indica Kush.
Indica fucking Kush.
Yeah.
Fucking throw some out there for you. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much, dude.
I think at this point
You're fucking.
I'd like to turn.
Lovely.
I'd like to turn to Ignacio and be like, "Wait, what? Is this not a good deal? 1 for 1?"
You're getting like 2 for 1 here. Like you've got kind of a potato, a carrot, a tomato, and let's say an onion as well. So 2 silver, 4 objects sounds like a good deal. And this guy's obviously stampering and making up an easy lie that you would detect there, Ignacio, without any check required because of all the stampering and going. It's a poor village, times are tough. It's not like the days in Baldur's Gate. Look, you can have an extra. You can have a piece of fish for free, and he calls one of his friends over and gets like a really big piece of carp.
I wasn't negotiating. I told you, give us the change, and we'll leave.
1 sec, boys.
Persuasion or intimidation?
I'm trying to be intimidating, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I just don't want to roll intimidate.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I've got no charisma.
7 with advantage.
At this point in time, I might do. I might do this.
What are you doing? Tell me. Let us know. I assume you're doing.
I was really come through.
That's what I love. You guys are just hopeless with the rolls.
Whoa. We rolled like 4 20s.
Last session you just fucking annihilated the guys.
Come through in like 2 to 3 seconds.
Okay, 2 to 3 seconds. So, are you messaging me or is it a spell? Like, what's going on here? Like, otherwise I'm going to push forward.
He's typing.
I can see the typing. So for you... Oh, okay. So
push.
okay, so Ignacio, nothing... You kind of are able to draw the line with him and kind of come to agreement. Like, yeah, I did treat your colleague unfairly there. I'll throw in the fish and give you some change. And he throws in the fish there and gives you what you would imagine is probably still a ripoff. But it's still something better. So for 1 silver, you're able to get an onion, a potato, a carrot, a tomato, and a nice portion of cod.
Oh yeah, I might put that down actually. What was it though? What was the change? What change am I working with here?
So you gave him 2, but Ignacio was like, nah, that's not right. So he gives 1 back. Now Ignacio, you know that's probably still a bit of a ripoff, but you kind of believe that. Maybe you don't believe. Maybe you didn't intimidate him enough or extort him enough because he's not too scared of you. It would seem he's more scared of Blue Man, but he does give you 1 silver back. So for 1 silver,
Can I give him advantage?
That's not going to really.
I already had advantage. You could assist another which just does the same thing.
Yeah, you can come striding along if you want as well. Yeah, Cthulhu Vertagen. Yeah, Cthulhu Vertagen.
Well, considering that
Welcome to the
he's
cult, my friend.
quite feeble looking,
Thanks,
I
Mike.
think that
You see him as a
Cheapbeard
dwarf.
would step in and
Yeah, look,
I'd
you can
like
give me
to.
an intimidation check as well.
I'll give it an intimidation.
With advantage. You're big, he's scared. Scared of blue man. So far you got a cod, an onion, a tomato. Yeah, boom, done. So for...
Imagine
Let's
you
say-
just stride in behind me and it
I just
spins.
stride in
Yeah.
behind him and be like, give him his change. In
Yes.
a cold.
Hello, little man.
Yes.
As I put my hand onto my great axe, just on the back, give him his change.
Beautiful. So for this, you get back... It costs you 10 copper for all of this. Like, it's not a lot at all.
You make it 100 to 1?
It's 100 to 1. I make it really easy. So you get back 1 silver and 90 copper, 1 cod, 1 tomato, 1 onion, 1 carrot, and 1 potato. And he goes, yes, certainly, of course. I meant no harm. Yeah. Surely times are tough. You can agree. Oh, don't hurt me.
In times like these, you need to lead with compassion and not selfishness.
Surely you understand, human. Times are tough. We can't trust these demons among us. Surely you understand.
I don't understand. That's the problem. I'm gonna keep my eyes on you.
What was that? Oh, coming, mother, coming. And he kind of like waddles off at this point. Well, now that that's all sorted, the mayor comes striding up behind you. Come on in, please. If you have time for a tale, I'm more than happy to tell you, but otherwise, please, treat these people like guests. They have earned it here. He announces to all the other onlookers, women, children, families, merchants, traders, everything else around the area. It's still early morning. Feel free to look around. I've got other duties to attend if need be.
I think I turn to fucking Blue Boy and I say,
Foreskin.
might be wise to stick with us, young force kin.
Can I
think-
bet tomato?
I think that at this point in time, I'd like to kind of just. They're both looking at me, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like right behind you essentially.
Yeah. I think I'd like to just kind of turn my back to them and be like, do you want to eat one? Be like, hey. And then just sit there and kind of coil playing around with this fucking tomato and being like, oh.
Yeah, it's quite plump. It's juicy. It's soft to the touch. It's quite nice. It's a little delicate as well. You can feel the juices
Yeah.
pulsating inside of it. It's
Yeah.
definitely
And
a kind
just-
of crop.
That's not normal.
As he's kind of like squeezing it a little bit, you can feel the juices moving around.
Pulsating.
Okay, yeah, pulsating might be
Is it a
fine.
beat? A
Yeah,
beating
you can't-
heart in his hand.
Prestidigitation on it. That's fine, my friend.
I'd like to and just sit there and be like,
Nevermore.
Tobacco.
ah.
Love that cheeky Simpsons reference.
Yeah.
Some tobacco.
Tastes
Too
like
good.
grandma.
And be like, just kind of
that's
like turn around and be like, look, guys, I know I haven't come off as the most genuine of people ever, and put my hand out in good gesture, like, here, look, here is this smelly as fuck tomato, but I guarantee you that what is skin deep is not exactly what it seems to be. Will you accept this tomato and eat it on my behalf to gain a better understanding of who I am and what my intentions always will be?
I did want the tomato, so yes. Ignacio takes the tomato and then walks to like up to a wall and faces it, and you see him like lift his mask forward and kind of just like
Sure.
shovel it down like really quickly, and then put the mask back
Their
down.
juice is spilling out everywhere.
Yeah, like it's literally just dripping down my neck.
Idiot. It's like that bit in Lord of the
Delicious.
Rings when Frodo like drinks out of the canteen
Yeah.
and spills it everywhere, and you're like, dude,
No.
don't waste that
What a-
shit.
You're on rations and everything.
What an idiot, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking cockhead.
They're on their journey, and Samwise is cooking up like a full spread English breakfast, and it's like, dude, rationing? Like, come on. Anyway,
Oh well.
Does Sheebeard take it? What does Sheebeard do?
Sheebeard just stands around.
Well, you only have one tomato, really.
yeah, it's
Well,
gone
no,
now.
Wow.
You had one
Easy
tomato.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Ignacio
you take the whole
devours
thing.
it.
Was that tomato like enchanted or something? Because like
Tomatoes don't
Yeah.
pulsate, man.
As I'm sure,
Yeah.
It's not
as I'm
enchanted
sure
or
you
anything
could
like
taste
that.
Ignacio. As I'm sure you could taste Ignacio, it tasted like chicken, didn't it? Enhanced the flavor of it, being like, I know it smelled horrible, but I want you to know
That,
deep
you know.
down that exactly like my actions is that although in the forefront they look horrible and without merit, but if you go further in skin deep, it tastes delicious, and my intentions are always just.
I don't have many taste buds because of my condition, but I did get a hint of chicken.
Yeah,
But I
like
don't.
in actually, you would know. It's a pretty nice tomato. Like, to be honest, it's been a while since you've had like some decent fresh fruit or veg, if you're on that side of things. And you would think it's quite nice. You wouldn't think it tastes like chicken, but it did smell rank. It smelled like a rank, foul tomato. You ate it, and it's delicious. It's the most beautiful.
I assumed he
thing
pressed a
I've
digitation to taste like chicken.
had. Your character, it's up to you. You can give me a roll if you're a
Oh
curious,
no,
but
Eddie did.
Eddie, yeah, 100%. He pressed the digitation to make it smell foul and try and taste like chicken, but unfortunately, you can't make it taste like chicken.
Give off your room. I don't know. Fucking.
And it's one or the other as well. So it's either it smells horrid, or
Well,
it
chickens
tastes
are
like
foul, so that checks out.
chicken. Unfortunately, it's one thing though. So I took the it smells horrid, but it tastes good. Because legitimately, the tomato does smell good. Tastes good.
Enhance the flavor of the tomato-ness. It was basically like injecting heroin, but heroin of tomatoes.
Heroin tomato.
To smacko?
Basically.
Smack it.
I would like to use this as my analogy of like anything that I do on its forefront looks horrible, but I have good intentions.
Yes.
Like when you possibly murdered a bunch of kids.
I hope you accept it as how I am as a person, not knowing me at all.
Goddamn fucking tomatoes. Okay, so hungrily eating this tomato, the mayor kind of says, "Oh, okay, you're enjoying our fruits and vegetables. That's fine. That's fine. Make yourselves at home, my friends. You know,
I
come
turn
see
to
me
the
when you're
mayor.
ready."
Where can a big boy get an honest feast? The she-beard hungry.
Yeah, he points to the inn. Go see Joseph in the inn. I'm sure he'll look after you.
Okay, number 8. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's like right over here. It's not
Right here, right next to where we're standing. Okay.
Well, come see me when you're ready. I'll do some work while I wait for you, but please do come see me sometime today.
Okay.
He
And
picks up
does he
a,
walk off?
Yeah, he starts to walk off, considering like you know
Okay.
you're pretty busy and preoccupied with this tomato and food.
Okay.
It picks up what you would think is this small spherical object that the kids are playing with, and he goes, "Ha! Think fast, my children!" Boom, and just like lobs this fucking perfectly sphere ball off into the distance. Ha ha! Back in my day, in my family name of Sebes, and he's doing a bit of a flex. We've played baseball for years. It runs in the family in the generations to come.
What is his name? Sebes? Did you say?
That's his family name. It's Fenolio Sebes. The town is named after him.
Okay. Just one other question.
Oh,
Did
yes.
we- No, this is to actual you.
Hi. Yeah. What's up?
This is Coffee talking to Dungeon
To
Master
Josh.
Josh.
That's fine.
Dude, we don't actually know. Like our characters don't know, like what actually what each other's
intentions are.
and
No.
like what our missions are and stuff, right?
No, none of
So
you have really
maybe-
discussed that because that's what we were
Yeah,
hoping to deal with
I
last
wanna
session.
sit down. I wanna invite the other Ignacio and Force kin
I love it. It's like a hyphen.
to come to the inn and share a feast and some ale and have a chat, I guess.
Okay.
Would you?
Yeah, you would all be
keen
pretty
on,
hungry to feed, to
on-
kind of help you
on
out. You've
sitting
been
down
riding
for a
much longer.
meal?
It's a big tomato.
I think maybe we should also have see if there's some soft feather beds in this inn that maybe we can take refuge for the night.
Is there gambling involved?
Well, the world's your oyster, isn't it, Blue Man?
Blue man.
Yes, I've just been like,
He's heard worse.
well played, sir. Well played. If you like, just kind of like cast
Just remember, my friend,
prestidigitation
wherever
and
there is
I'll-
humans, there's corruption.
So what you're trying to say is, do not trust the humans.
What I'm
And,
trying
like,
to say is,
Glad-
someone's
glad that
gambling here.
Les Ignacio horribly being like, did I just make a mistake sharing my tomato with him? Which now I'm just very suspicious. Being like, Ignacio has been hesitant to talk to me. It's like monologue to myself, being like, Ignacio has been hesitant to talk to me, but I accepted my tomato. But now the one person who accepted me collecting throats of dead bodies is now warning me, be like, beware of humans. So now I'm like suspiciously looking at Ignacio being like, oh, my gesture of good faith has fallen on deaf ears. And kind of like just follow Shebeard.
What are you gonna do with that card?
Yeah,
Ah.
just-
A whole fish now.
Yeah, you got a fish.
What do you plan to do with it?
I think at this point in time, I kind of just look at Shebeard and be like, do we trust him? You
And I look at you and I'm like, do I trust you?
It's a bit like
What are you
that.
looking at me for? What are you looking at me for reassurance for? You're the blue guy who not even from this world, man. And I look at Ignacio and I'm like, do we trust him?
Spot on.
well,
Well,
Shebeard, you have given me hesitance towards trusting humans now. What say he?
me?
Well, with experience, you'll learn to understand the true nature of a man.
Cut his dinner, my friend. Let's eat.
Shall we go to the inn?
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Should we walk into the inn?
Yeah, you make your way over to the inn. It's not very far. Here's your
Is
inn,
the
my
inn
friends.
has it got a name?
I hate
Inn
you,
of
but I
Inns.
love you. Inn of Sebes. The Lucky
Well,
Foot.
it's got to be like the Shearer's Arms vein or something like that.
Ah, it's called Lucky Foot.
Lucky Foot. Alright.
Lucky Foot. Okay, Lucky Foot.
Not Lucky Feet.
I think.
Lucky Foot.
That explains the smell.
Oh, what the fuck? Why is 20% battery remaining? What's going on here?
Do we want to take a quick 5-minute break, pour some drinks, or do we want to march on?
Yeah, that's a good time for a quick one.
5-minute one. Yeah.
I need to quickly take a piss, make some drink for myself.
Yeah.
I need to make another
I
espresso
need to
martini.
make. I need to make Tess a cup of tea. So.
Alrighty. I'm gonna meet
Is that
myself.
working? Hang on. Why am I fucking?
We're gonna have a quick 5-minute break, guys. While we
Yeah.
make a drink and
Okay.
come on back. What's the time? 9:45. Let's
it's-
go.
Oh, 9:40. Yeah, that's a good time. All right. BRB.
9:47. We're about 5 minutes. We'll be back there.
right, gentlemen, let's do this.
All right, we're back. We're back. Okay, so you're in the inn. You're in the Lucky Foot. Looking around, it's still early morning. There's one or two passed out people in one of the corners, and you see the one of the matrons or patrons tottering here or there, kind of just cleaning up the tables and maybe getting ready for lunch or something like that. There's not too much of a crowd for breakfast here. Just a few people from the late night. They're getting ready for lunch. Like wiping down the table. You can smell kind of raw food kind of being prepared. But it's definitely not lively, especially in the morning.
Okay.
One of the patrons sees you and kind of says, half-heartedly looks up from wiping down one of the tables from where there's vomit and beers being spilt, and just kind of gestures you, take a seat. I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I look around. Obviously the band's not playing.
Nope.
What looks quiet? I guess I can't judge the acoustics of the
Yeah,
lay
this-
of the
it's-
inn.
I just use this as a backdrop just to make it a little bit neater. It's a little bit bigger than what you see it as. Here, there's kind of like an extra layer. It's a longer beer hall. Definitely down in the furthest corner is the most quiet. If we go towards the screen closest to me, or closest to everyone on the screen, you've got like the entrance, you've got the main...
The bar and
The
shit.
bar, yeah, and you've got the food kind of... Or the kitchen kind of that way there. Further down you go, it's like a long Viking hall, essentially.
Okay,
So
cool.
definitely less people down the back.
Right. I think we would greet the staff.
Yeah, they seem pretty
And,
occupied, just kind of cleaning.
Okay, and I guess I would say to the whoever's the. So there was a sort of barmaid, you said.
Yeah, there's a Patreon kind of working. A stocky, fat man, human, blonde, greasy hair, long.
Hot.
Well met.
Depends on your definition. Bit of a gut, not too
Are
bad.
you open for business?
Yeah, come on in. Sit down, I'll be there in a minute.
Yep. Okay, so we sit far right, I think. I go and gesture far right.
Oh, I just kind of follow. So I guess we're talking here, yeah?
Yeah. See what
We're
a
talking
circle table is? Yeah.
Yep, we can all sit. I just follow.
Yeah, there's like no little kind of like small circular table. It's just like long picnic kind of tables, long hall tables, kind of just
Like
stretching
trestle
down.
tables.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I just follow along and just sit down.
Hey! You need to cook us this fish?
What? I assume you're
Yeah,
talking to
fish.
like, one of the patrons.
Yeah.
He looks up from like cleaning the table and is like, "Oh, what fish? Marcy!" He yells out, pointing towards the kitchen. "Yeah, come here. Got a custom order for you." And this quite round rump lady kind of comes out as well, similar age to the other person cleaning the tables, and goes, "Hey, what do they want, John?" "I don't know, fish or something like that." "Oh, yeah. In the middle of prep. Guess I could do it." Marcy, go have a look at them. And kind of chit-chat back and forth, like, "I don't want to do that." "Oh, come on, love. You're a good chef. And, you're a shit barkeep, That's why we have no one here." "We have no one here because we got shit ale." "Well, we have shit ale because you pay shit." And they kind of do this back and forth, but eventually Marcy, the chef, kind of wanders over to you. "Yeah? What can I do for you guys?"
We have this fish and a carrot and a potato.
And an onion, I believe.
And a keen sense of cooking and chefery. Yes, I could see that. Do you have coin?
Yes.
Wait. Sorry. Does he talk to us patronizingly? Is that a patronizing kind of
It's
sense?
a girl, and she's definitely patronizing the person listing the ingredients. I assume as you're kind of presenting them on the table, or maybe you're just rattling off a list. But regardless, it is a little bit patronizing. Like, yes, okay, you've got ingredients in a pub. Good for you.
Could you cook something with them?
Well, I could certainly do something with it. Get some other herbs and spices. Do you have coin though? I'll cook something up for you
100%.
if you're a paying customer. I'm not taking this for free. My time isn't worth something at least.
How much?
Let me see the ingredients. Let me see. Is there anything in particular you want to cook?
Can I do a perception check on how she's looking at me?
Yeah, sure. You don't even need to do a perception check, really. She's there. She's looking at all of you. She's obviously hungover, or at least in a grumpy mood. Not making anyone's really direct eyes, kind of just a bit glazed. Kind of just looking at all of you, maybe like doubly. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that maybe she's probably more just like frustrated that she's got to deal with us than patronizing. She's just
With
sort of
those
like,
customers.
Yeah.
It's about to close.
Yeah, like James, you'd probably you get that as a server. Like you've had those customers. I think we've all had those customers before. You seem a bit needy. Your
The
character's
ones at the
on other
roller
hand.
doors asking if you're open yet.
Yeah.
It's like 8:59
We're
and
there.
it opens at 9. Like,
Yeah.
you open yet? Like, I can whip something out. Like, show me the ingredients, and I can suggest what I can make. You can just trust me.
can I perceive what everyone's emotions are to her attitude? She sounds like a bitch.
Insight?
What, her emotions or everyone's emotions?
Yeah, like the Shebeards and Ignatius, like, are they just complacent with her attitude, or
Are you
They're
guys on
pissed off.
guard and like? It's a little bit meta, but I'm happy to work it this way and
Okay.
let you guys know. Are you on guard and trying to hide your opinions of this, or are you pretty all open around how visible your emotions are?
look?
I-
I'm taken back by her attitude, and I want to perceive how Ignacio and Shebeard are reacting to her attitude.
Yeah, I would 100% say that you are not comfortable in the situation. You have not dealt with like your backpacker's pub before. The two of you, Ignacio and Lorcan, you're probably really used to like a pub before. It's not overly welcome. You're not getting the royal treatment because you're in a 5-star hotel. It's a pub. It's early. Like,
Also,
Sorry.
no, you go, please.
Ignacio is like pretty emotionless in general, and I'd say he's probably like not like unaware of her attitude if there was any anyway.
yeah, like you're pretty good perception. Like this is normal for you, Ignacio. In fact, you
I'm
might even
used
lean
to
on
it
like a
as
good
well.
side. Yeah, and you're used to it as well. So I'm going to say they're on guard there, Mark. So give me a
So I think the
Insight.
better way to word it is I'd like to look to Ignacio and Shebeard and be like, is this normal treatment at this sort of morning?
This is normal treatment at this sort of time in the world, friend.
Okay. Yeah. Acknowledge it and move on with life.
yeah, easy. So do you present her with the food and vegetables, kind of for her viewing? There's no qualms about that, Mark. Like
just-
you're the one with them. I
Yeah.
assume.
As Ignacio says, I might just kind of be like, just
Yep. She looks at
one.
She looks at the food and goes, yeah, there's a couple things missing. I could whip something up for you guys. Maybe a hearty stew or a fried fish for it. Let me know if you have an opinion. Otherwise, we'll charge you. You brought the ingredients and everything like that. Time, money.
Charge us accordingly.
We'll say 12 coppers. 12 coppers. I'll make you a feast. And it's a large amount of food, but obviously this thing's lacking.
I pass a silver to her.
Yeah, do you
And
say
I
anything
go,
else?
give him the change.
Yeah, I expect change.
No ales or lagers, sirs.
Many ales. I'm a
bring
Goliath, mate. I don't fuck around here.
Yeah, she takes the coin. All right, 3 ales, and we'll do the stew. then.
I don't drink ale.
Pussy.
2 ales and a slightly watered down ale coming right up.
Do you have a cider maybe, or
fruit juice?
The fuck's a fruit juice?
do you do freshly squeezed juices here? Yeah, I'd like a kale smoothie, please.
A carrot blend, please.
Yeah. I'll take the green smoothie, please. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I
think
she mumbles and goes, I'll find something non-alcoholic for you, sweetie.
Do you have activated almonds there as well, love?
Activated charcoal, please.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Zoolander, like the orange mocha frappuccino.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nah, that's actually funny. It's more like I asked for 0% fat, you gave me 2, but you're trying to not be a bitch about it as well. Like you literally can't handle the fat. Like it will kill you.
Trying not to be the Karens, all right?
And she goes off. She takes the ingredients and she goes off. It'll be some time. Hopefully you got some talking to do while I make the food. And she goes off and starts screaming in the kitchen.
Okay.
Just at, like mundane objects. Like, I fucking fry pan, bang.
I guess kind of... Wait, was she... Can I just get a grasp on, is she human, elven, dwarven?
She's human.
So I guess I just kind of look at Sheeb and be like, what a bitch.
And I sort of gauge that response and nod in recognition.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, well, so are we alone?
Yeah, like you're in your corner alone.
Who would like to begin?
Begin what?
Yeah. Kind of look at Sheeby and be like, he told me not to touch humans. Strange, why'd you say that? Now, I'd like to acknowledge I said that openly in front of Eddie as well, so that Eddie heard it. Not whispering, being like, why'd you say not to trust humans? What's wrong with humans?
We're pretty shitty. It's fair.
Yeah.
I
can see
swear to that.
Yeah. I can see by
Like
the
I
look
said.
of your eyes.
Prior, who would like to begin?
So just to
Eddie.
confirm, you guys have kind of come in through here and just, from what Lorcan suggested, if you've forgotten before the break, was to kind of come in here and just discuss who the fuck are you guys and what's the plan? Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
Not
Lorcan.
even that. Like, we haven't even decided whether we want to be companions yet. I still want,
Yeah,
I'm not
you
sure.
don't know each other.
I'm not sure. Like, exactly.
Yeah, that was the intention, though. I felt
Bonding.
that you
It's
articulated that.
What are you
It was
talking
just
about?
like, who are
What do you mean? I'm like, let's go inside and get to know each other a bit more. Okay, who wants to start? What do you mean?
Yeah. But, you know, at a game, it's not.
Sheeby said you're a cunt. Well, what's about that?
Maybe it's best
No.
because you offered it there, Lorcan, that you go first.
Lorcan,
I
I
don't
think-
know.
I don't
me.
want to go first, so
Yeah,
that's why
that's
I'm saying who shall begin.
Well, that's what I would like to acknowledge that, looking at Eddie, who is, I've just been almost chastised by people who look similar to him, being like, Eddie, you look like you've had a rough time, mate.
Okay.
What's going on here, mate? Tell us.
I find that really cute, just to interject, that you find the person with like hardly any limbs that are obviously metallic and handcrafted or, masterfully crafted more human than the tall human looking character. Like, I find that really cute.
They're wooden bronze, by the way.
Wooden bronze.
Wooden bronze, yeah.
Wooden
I
bronze.
hope, I hope we upgrade those into like fucking true steel or whatever. Some
Adamantite.
a
some
rune
iron.
skim.
as
We
long
get
as
a
they're not
rune
heavy.
skimmy on your fucking arm at some
See me?
point.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the person that did this to me. And I point to my lopped off limbs and my burnt skin. He's a red wizard of Thay. I had a lead. He was over east. He fled from Thay when the demons attacked.
Please.
Intriguing.
I'm confused. What is Fae?
Thay.
It's a city to the west, ruled by insane and evil wizards. I was a slave there as a child.
Oh shit.
Insane and evil wizards.
Check. We have some of them.
Wizards. What? Can I do like a perception check to see how he's looking at me as a wizard, being like, "Oh shit"? He just told me.
Probably covered in passive perception, I think.
Yeah, like definitely passive perception. Do you hold any like grudging? After seeing, this is up to you, Inacio, and whether or not you hide it or not. Like you clearly know that Forcekin is a wizard. Like you've seen what he's done so far. He's been able to shapeshift, and given your time, you know he's a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you...
From my time with being raised by an artificer, and he wields magic to a certain extent, and would probably reinforce that not all magic users are evil. That there are people out there that use arcana for good. So, and plus he's blue, not red. So it's a dead giveaway.
Exactly.
Yeah. An artificer, Mark, is someone who is like a tinkerer. It's like an engineer.
Yeah, but they make magical bionic
Magical engineer.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about a magical engineer. Like, you need a biological limb. Boom. You've got a strap-on
Edward
arm
Elric's
that's
arm.
like... Yeah, it's like automail. Yeah. Like the engineers in... The engineers in Full Metal Alchemist are probably the closest thing you get to Artificer, but they also incorporate magic into their work as well. So it's a little bit more special.
Yeah.
But Winry is probably the closest thing.
Yeah, so to hold Eddie accountable to his words, is he judge me on the basis of that my skin's not red, or that all wizards are... Not all wizards are evil, and not all wizards are good.
Well, Ignacio would not have like that was just me talking to the DM, I guess. So I wouldn't have expressed whether I hate wizards or not. If you want to ask.
Okay, no, sorry. No, that's okay.
It's like.
Well, on that basis, then. So, Ignacio, I am training to become a wizard, and are trained in some degree with spells. Does that upset you?
No.
Why is that? Why? Why do my spells not upset you? I thought, I would assume, and I hope I'm not jumping to conclusions, is that, being a spellcaster, you might be hesitant to trust me.
Not all spellcasters are evil, is what I've come to know. And so far, I don't think you're evil.
Just kind of sit down and nod, being like, awesome. Monologuing to awesome, being like, yep, cool.
You freed me from captivity. You didn't make me captive.
Yeah. And kind of just glare at Sheerbeard to see if any response happens, I guess.
And I give you nothing.
Where are you from, Forcey?
Forcey. Ah, that's it.
Love it.
Forcey.
I've never seen a blue person in my life.
Go for it there, Mark, if you want. But if you need a hand, if you need something particular, let me know.
I guess specifically to the group is making sure I don't overshoot or undershoot what's going on. But I guess as a roaming nomad seeking magical powers, I've never really come across another mage caster or wizard caster, so to speak. So I am merely traveling through a magical portal and found myself in a situation. I'm merely here to meet my first spellcaster. So I come from a very sheltered life.
Me also.
Sounds fun.
What about you, bearded lady?
Well, you wouldn't actually know that because I'm in a loincloth and just
Oh,
have
sorry.
my long hair raggedy at the moment, but
You got that.
let
Wait,
me
no.
fill you in on a few
You pour for
details.
both those things?
Wait, so you have no beard? You have a beard
I
yet?
have a beard. I have a
Okay, well,
braided
beard-
beard, mate. So, I, on my travels, have been called many things. My name is Lorcan Runebreaker, of a small mountain clan of Goliaths to the east. Yes, the east.
So you say that last
Many
part.
call me She-Beard. For this you will soon learn to understand why. I have... My clan worships a deity we call the Shield Maiden. And she was the greatest warrior that the world has ever known and seen in all of its time. And
You're a female?
everyone in my... Oh, yes. And in my clan, everyone worships her. So men and women alike dress as she dressed and fight as she fought. Thus meaning that my attire is what is known to some as being feminine. But let you know that my battle prowess is second to only the Shield Maiden herself.
Is the Shield Maiden still alive?
The Shield Maiden died many generations ago, but her legacy has lived on through generation and generation of my tribe.
I
Why are
find it
you out? Why are you
Only
out in the world and not with your tribe?
My tribe has sent me on a quest, for the sacred tablets were stolen from the Great Hall, and I have been tasked with retrieving them. As additionally, there has been corruption within my clan, where all of the magical wielders have only been to wield dark magic. So I have been sent to investigate why this may be. And I start to think that due to this demon and devil invasion onto Faerun itself could be where my answers lie.
Well, do you have any leads? Because mine went dead when I was tracking the wizard.
Well, all I've done is walk around and see devastation and destruction. That Tabaxi encampment was my hope for my first lead, but unfortunately it has fizzled out and led me to here.
Maybe we could help each other.
Indeed. Well, that's why I called this meeting, if you will, between us, because fate has clearly brought us together. We all seem to be outcast, lone wolves, when we could take our one-man wolf packs and turn them into a three-man wolf pack.
Would you actually say man, or would you be like gender neutral and be like 3-person wolf pack?
3-person wolf pack.
3 creature even, because
No, because
you know...
I think I still identify as a man. I just dress as a lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious to be like, why would someone who follows the religion of a shield maiden not carry a shield?
Because for my family, our weapon is the great axe.
I see. And I'm intrigued because you've known and met people who are spellcasters. If I was to follow you, is there a chance that I could learn more about this?
There are many, many magical beings within the world of Faerun, that I know. I think that you'll find what you seek.
I'm intrigued, big man who dresses as a female. Your rags intrigue.
You haven't seen that yet. I'm only in rags at the moment.
That's what I'm saying. Big man who dresses as a female in rags. You intrigue me. I guess. For the time being, you've accepted my religion for taking scrotes. I will follow in your footsteps.
I've been meaning to ask you about that. I have many questions for you, but that's for another time.
No worries. I would like to turn my head and
Look for
Kinda
where the
be
ale
like-
is, because I want that ale.
be like, where the fuck is our food?
Yeah, so at this point in time, your ale would arrive. Early on, your ale would have arrived as well, but I was letting you guys talk about this. You kind of just notice as you're deep in conversation, there's 3 jugs, some decent sized containers like this, nice big size of ale, at least for the 2 of you boys, the blue boy and the big boy. The blue entity and the big entity. We'll do this gender specific here as a DM. Try throw that in. And for the... I think of a non-offensive word for you. How would you identify yourself? How would you call yourself, Eddie? Like
A human.
Ignacio. Yeah, so you would identify... You would see nothing wrong with yourself. Nothing different to yourself. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just need a nice term that's not cripple, amputee, something like that. I want something more positive. The human sounds best.
Challenged one.
Challenged one.
The
What
human,
about
the tall entity,
Bioroid or something like that?
Mutant.
the metal man. Metal man, would that be
Metal
possible for
Gear
you?
Solid, mate.
The metal
Yeah.
man, the metal, blue, and tall entity. They're the 3 that I'll refer to you as, if you're happy with that. Just for my sake. Please, we can change it and everything like that later. You all look down, and tall entity, you've got this gigantic tankard in front of you. It's obviously the largest they have. The blue entity, you've got a similar size tankard as well. And the metal entity, you've got this kind of... It's still pretty decent. It's the size of my cup here, which would be probably like a half pint. And it's full of this bubbly white liquid. Kind of smells like rancid milk. It's warm milk, is what
My
what
taste isn't great.
you would ascertain it's warm milk. It's quite easy to see through it. It's not rancid. I'm not that rude.
But it's non-pasteurized, so it's fucking got a big fat layer of cream on the top of it.
Yeah, and you guys are used to that. Yeah, Mark, just whenever you want, just call out. I try. We try and go back and let everyone speak.
Guys.
It's a lot easier for you to just interrupt and tell the group, because I imagine Coffee and Eddie are able to just block out their normal ears and go from that. So go for it. Yeah, it's going to be quite obvious if you do this, Mark. Like, as I told you, the component section is verbal and somatic.
Okay.
The group has already seen you do this, so you're aware of this. As long as you're happy to still do that and go forward, we'll resolve it if you want.
Yeah, no, I'll ignore it then.
Okay. So you get your drinks. It's plotted in front of you as you're discussing everything around you. Your life journey, your upbringing, your saddest troubles, but more importantly, what do you want out of this world and where are you going? And it seems, from at least my perspective, and correct me if I'm wrong, as a consensus of a group, is we're all looking for wizards, is what it sounds like.
I'm looking for my first engagement of a wizard. I've never met one before. I've only read about it in books, and this is where I've learned from. So I'm chasing. This is why I'll follow Shebeard, which should now be known as Lorcan Runebreaker, which I turn to and be like, "What do you prefer?"
Honestly, call me
Lorcan?
Shearbeard.
You prefer Shebeard? Okay.
Well, Shearbeard is what in my travels I've been.
Your shield maiden name?
No, yeah, I guess so.
Because you would have
So it'd be my warrior
Arthur
name,
the
I guess.
Great, Alexander the Great. Maybe it's Lorcan the Shebeard.
Or Lorcan the Schlaben.
No,
Fuck yeah.
because I'd take my. Because Shebeard's sort of like my colloquial name. It's not like it's something that, like, think of like Strider is Aragon's name, right?
Okay, so
Same
it's your nickname.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, mate. That's it.
But Strider is like a negative connotation almost. Like it's almost like a piss take. It's not his actual name, but it's like a.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he associates himself to.
it's
If you want to
something
go into the
I
lore.
don't get offended easily or anything like that. So like, whatever. I'd prefer. I'm on a mission. I'd prefer not to have my like actual name that well known. So having like sort of a name that people can colloquially call me by is perfect.
Well, I'd like to turn to Sheebeard right now and be like, Sheebeard, I'd like to remind you that the magical axe that you are wielding is something that I had on my journeys, and that it was a gift from me to you.
I thank you for your generosity, and in as a token of my gratitude, I offer to you this cloak of evasion. Is it? That was called, Josh? Hello?
I'm looking it up. Yeah, you got me stumped there. It's been
I
a
think
while
it's the
since I
cloak
rolled
of
this kind of thing.
evasion.
What do we give you? You got the great axe.
Did you
already
guys just
there.
trade magical items?
Yeah.
The cloak of elven kind?
Right.
Sorry, the
Oh, yeah.
cloak,
No,
this is
no,
the
no,
cloak
no.
of elven kind.
This elvish.
But-
Yeah, it's this elvish
for
cloak.
Eddie's purposes, when I escaped from the that jail cell, so to speak, I gave him the axe that I had on me.
So
And
good.
Alright.
instantly to it.
All right. Okay.
It wasn't like a, here you go, here's an axe, have fun. No, it was like a, here's one of my axes I have on my journey. You will need this.
Yeah.
Lorcan,
And then I sort of decide to give him the cloak that I'd acquired randomly.
crazies.
A gesture of gratitude.
Yeah,
Because I believe in justice. The scales are a big thing in my for my people. So I had something that I didn't really need that I knew had power, and he gave me something, so I had to make it fair.
All right, I'll add that to you, Mark, and I can remove that from you, Coffee, unless you want to learn how to do that.
Oh, what's this? Nah, I'm all good.
You want me to just maintain it, make you guys' life easier?
Yeah, defs.
Then you guys can
Yeah.
talk while I do this. So
No
he
worries.
hands you
Oh, we
this.
got beers in front of us, yeah?
Yeah, you've got alcoholic beverages in front of you. What he hands to you is this like lightly delicate green woven mastery of magic. You would see. You've never seen anything like this craftsmanship before. It's just so beautiful, so seamless as well. It's like the perfect tuft of like wig, like a perfect wig essentially. It's just so seamless, so beautiful, because kind of fades in there. You will have to metagaming this. You will have to attune to this, so have a long rest with this essentially in your possession to gain the characteristics. But it's just so beautifully woven. It's as light as the feather, but as strong and elven steel. No, it's nothing like that. It's just light as a feather. It's a hooded cloak that you could wear over your current equipment. It's exceptionally made. You'd probably gather really roughly it's hundreds of years old at least. It's quite well made, quite old.
So, who handed that to us?
Ladybeard.
Oh, okay.
She
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I gave it to you because you gave me the axe.
All right. Thank you. I don't understand exactly what it is, but it looks like a cute cloak to wear.
Well,
Hopefully, now I can understand the attributes of what it exactly is. But thank you. I appreciate it.
you're welcome.
You would
So
know...
sorry, was the axe a great axe or is it just a normal axe?
It is definitely a great axe.
Oh,
Pretty
you
good.
beauty. That's so lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe at this point in time,
Starting out at level 1 with the +1 great axe, mate. Fucking, I'll take it.
I do believe at this point in time, I do need to turn to both Sheepbeard and Ignacio and be like, are you guys concerned about me? Because I will always take actions that are very scary and almost necromantic, but I have good intentions.
I think
I want you guys to know that every action that I do is always good intentioned.
I would look at you and say, Blue Man, I know you are no demon or devil.
Oh my god, now, Coffee, I know where it's coming from. It's coming from Roll20. Mute Roll20.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cog,
Oh my god.
scroll down. There you go. So much better.
Hey, have I muted myself?
That's one of them. Don't know where the third one's coming from, apparently.
Is there a third one?
I posted it in Twitch
Okay.
ages ago. I said he's got
I
reverb.
know. He had
Yeah,
reverb
yeah.
from there, but
Okay, it should be. Is it off now?
one of them is off.
Ah, because you're capturing the sound for that.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just
so
weird.
Roll20's sound is muted.
And your Zoom meeting?
I'm pretty sure I did mute that. Hang on.
It's got green around the border.
Yeah, it feels like you're talking on Zoom.
Oh, but I've clicked the X button on the. Okay, hang on.
So I'm going to remove Giant Slayer from your pouch there, Mark. It's now in Coffee's. And you've now got the Cloak of Elvenkind, which you just need to sleep on it to get the benefits of it.
Oh, hang on. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, so much better. You didn't actually mute it then, is what it seems like.
I guess I need to ask.
I'm muted. It says I'm muted.
Yeah,
Although
100%. You're muted on... You're good. There's no more reverb. Thank you very much.
Okay, cool.
I need to
So-
ask both Shebeard and Eddie. Sorry that I left you guys to go to the market. What did Daryl say? What did the mayor say? What's going on here? What are we doing?
He just was like, "Hi, thanks for saving Daryl. You're welcome to stay," and then showed us his kids.
There was some mention of. I will interject, sir. Sorry.
Good sir, kind sir.
There was some mention of what was it? A message, and there was an exchange of a token as well between the two. I meant to roll a
Yeah, man.
investigation at that point in time to see if I could ascertain what it was that they'd swapped hands with.
Are you proficient
I-
in investigation?
I am. Excuse me. Sorry.
If you are, I'll let you, react it and go from here. I'll give you a little bit of something.
Would
that
you
can
take an
discuss.
insight?
So insight would be... I'll pull up your stats. So, which I'll also integrate eventually into the stream. But if you're not proficient in investigation,
I am
so
not.
survival, perception, intimidation, insight. So insight, you'd be able to gauge kind of like how they're reacting or how the mayor was reacting with Daryl's return.
Okay.
And how enthused, I guess, or unenthused he would be on the
Okay,
letter
so I get it.
being
It's
delivered.
a wisdom-based one. It's not about the knowledge that you have. It's about like the body language and shit like that.
Yeah. Because you're not proficient in it, I would say you're not even warranted a roll for
Okay.
the kind of
For
investigation part.
retconning.
Yeah, for the investigation part, you're like, if it happens, it happens if I like give you it. Otherwise, I would say that if you're not proficient, you can't just be like declaring it.
Well,
Otherwise,
okay,
you're
I
like
was-
this big ass barbarian going, I want to look for traps. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
You can definitely do a retcon insight if you want to see how the two received each other, and the same goes for you.
yeah.
Ignacio,
Why
as well.
not? I'll do a recon insight. Let's do it.
Mark, just let me know. Just talk out loud. It's fine.
No, I didn't want to interrupt while you guys are talking. That's why I whispered it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was working on the assumption that anything that you guys are talking about right now, that Coffee would portray to me my question of what did you guys talk about with the mayor.
We're discussing that at the moment. 21 insight.
So he's rolling insight on a memory. That's great.
It's retcon from it. I'm happy to allow some.
No, that's fine.
Things.
I'm not arguing it.
Quiet, burnt
I
man.
feel like as a DM you are,
Fuck, I'm just
but
shut
you
up.
know, I just increased the difficulty.
Retcon for insight for a memory. I'm not judging you.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, it's cool more than anything else.
I
Because
just
it's
increased the
possible.
difficulty. I just increased the difficulty. If you don't... So, do you guys like me telling you my world rules? Like how
No.
our DM?
Nah.
For example, this is... If you're trying to retcon it, I just increase the difficulty. That's straight up. If you go,
Or
oh,
make
I
a
wish
roll
I
a
did it.
fucking flat D20 or something like that without any modifiers.
Yeah, something like that.
You just rolled 21, didn't you?
That's
Yeah.
me with my table rule there. Because I don't want to punish you. Because if you have a good idea and it's the same session,
Yeah.
then I'll go, that's fine. Because sometimes
'Cause I did
I'm
mean to,
personally
like-
a little fast.
I
it's
wanted
not your
to
fault.
roll an investigation, but I think I got sidetracked and like I didn't ever end up doing it.
Look, I know fucking James and Mark are drunkards, as am I, so I'm more than happy for the same session. But if a week goes past, if a session goes past, then that's I'm like, oh, let's see how much
Expect me to
RNG.
remember something that happened a whole session ago.
Yeah, I hope so.
Give me way too much credit.
So for your insight, you know that this is... If you didn't gather it before, this is dire. This is huge news. The mayor was probably the most ecstatic he's been since Daryl's left. Like he's been on edge, and now he's just kind of relaxed. He's just
Relax.
Oh.
Okay.
oh, this massive weight off his shoulders is gone. He's still tense, but the massive weight has gone.
Okay.
Daryl is just what you would gather is he's home, he's safe, he's free. He's also released like a massive weight off his shoulders there.
Okay.
This is big news. What Daryl's been able to deliver is huge news, is what you would kind of gather off the body language.
Is it a raging clue?
It's a huge clue. It's a raging clue. Oh, yes. Huge clue. Yes.
I'd like to palm off to Shearbeard, because I'm assuming Shearbeard's telling me this and being like, did you ever hear anything? Or
Not
could you-
yet. This is Shearbeard asking the DM. This is Coffee asking the DM, like, what does he remember to then articulate to the crew if he wants.
Okay, well, my question was, to Shearbeard being, tell me about the mayor. Tell me what happened with the mayor. Tell me what he said. What's the go? I'm sorry I left you. Enlighten me, please.
Yeah, and
Well,
Ignacio
I
was
sort of
able to
already
give
said
like a Ignacio was able to give like a good affirmation on the facts. Welcomed the two parted information, which you would also be privy to as well. There, Foreskin, you would know that he was carrying a mission. He made it quite obvious, apparently, to that. And if you can recall there, Mark, that's what happens. The only extra information you would get would be, if you want Coffee, to share the fact that this is huge news. Like, the way Ignacio described it was, this is news. Like, the secret message being delivered is interesting. But what you would get, Coffee, if you want to share this is huge news. This is bigger than what you thought it would be.
I got no reason to hide it, so I think I would share it.
Yeah, so Eddie, essentially with the role, he was able to distinguish that this is huge news. It's a raging clue. It's a
I'll
raging
see it.
clue. Yeah, sweet.
I intro my beat off. It's all good.
Yeah, cool.
All right,
And
guys,
so I would relay that, and I'd also like Shearbeard would like to add that perhaps our next course of action would be to go and ask, what was the guy's name again?
Daryl
Fenolio.
Armstrong.
Daryl. Go and ask Daryl.
Daryl's the
maybe,
messenger, Fenolio's the mayor.
Yeah. Sorry.
maybe inquire what the object was and why it was so important. Maybe see if you can price it.
Fenolio Seaman, basically, is his name. Fenolio Sebes.
You know the object is a message. I'll help
You
you
said there
all
was
out
an
here.
object and a message.
The
Like he
object,
handed
the object was the physical note, but he did make mention because Ignacio was like, "Oh, well, you're just carrying a message. What's going on here? Like, why don't we just kill you?" Like, the way I interpreted it was, you insinuated we could just kill you and deliver the message, and he said, "Well, you can't because I've got the second part to the message.
Yeah.
Something's verbal that I know, and then there's physical, which is the delivery of this message." And Ignacio and Lorcan, you recall that
I finished his
Daryl
finger.
said that I will talk to you later, Lord or Sir. And like, here's the physical message, but we will continue this afterwards. So there's still a part missing there. Just to help you out and fill you in, because it's been maybe like an hour since you've had that. And this time the food is now served. Marcy comes along and delivers the food. It's this beautiful fish stew that smells absolutely amazing. I hope you enjoy,
Awesome.
everyone.
I think I'd take a huge swig of ale before, like,
Can I get you another drink?
eating some food. Make it 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, done. A round for anyone?
No thanks.
I just kind of turn around and be like, anyone want to gamble? And then just look back at my fish stew. Well,
Look, it's a hard no from me.
no.
I
Yeah,
cook
then
like a handful of fish and turn away.
Marcy's still down. Yeah, love it.
Very well.
Okay.
I think also I'd like to talk to the mayor about some quarters for us to stay in.
Yeah, he didn't give you specifics, but he did say come meet him later on that day to discuss
Okay.
further. But you do have lodgings available. He did
Okay.
offer that.
Okay,
Did
cool.
he-
Meeting.
As long as there's a makeup mirror, I'm happy.
It was lodgings for all available to helping Daryl and the people that were described with the 3 of you. The entities described. Some of us aren't human, you know.
I guess where are we at finishing our meals?
I'm done.
Sure.
get this one.
If you're not partial to talking more, you finish your meals. It's a delicious stew. After a couple more ales that Lorcan downs, Ignacio kind of barely finishing his milk, and Foreskin probably just finishing off the beer. Like, it's quite a large beer for you and your kind, I'd imagine, at least. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anytime I start talking for one of you, just correct me if I'm wrong, because I just try and
Okay.
fill some. I just try and fill some.
Why is
fluff.
that
Try
one?
and speed it up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I sat at 1 beer. That's why I sat at 1 beer. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll sit at 1 and call it a day.
I for reference, I just try and offer what I feel is your characters. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, if Foreskin wants to drink 5, 6 beers, go for it. Let me know. I'm just trying to fill in the gaps here from what I feel is going
Hope you
on.
got high constitution, mate.
So if this is the case or anything like that, if I say anything that your character wouldn't agree with, please let me know. Because I just try and fill in story fluff. Role-playing fluff. So with finishing your drinks and finishing your meals, Lorcan, you can give me a constitution saving throw.
I
you've got
would love to give you a constitution saving throw, mate. Holy fuck.
It's quite easy. You're quite tall. Ignacio,
I
you're fine.
am-
And Foreskin, you're fine as well.
Oof,
Yeah,
I'll
easy.
take that.
Easy constitution saving throw. Even pounding down beers, like you've had 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 beers in this space where
Yeah.
everyone else has had maybe 1 beer. You're
It's
easily
like
fine.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's been pretty much since the first beer came out, which was slow. You've had about 4 beers, massive pints of beers, like 1 liter jugs of beers to yourself.
Fucking
easily.
flagons, mate. Done.
Yeah, 1 liters of beers, easy. You've already paid Marcy as well, and you hear in the background John is the other patron, maybe the owner of this establishment as well. You've already paid them as well. She's already taken it and just kept on topping you up. Now, as you're leaving, John goes, here's your change for the drinks there, for paying it forward. Yeah, go for it.
How much change did Ignacio get? By the way, I got that up.
That's fine. So you paid a silver for everything, and you were quite adamant on the change. These guys just, like, it's the job. You paid 12 copper for the meal, 5, 6, 7... Let's say 7 beers or 6.5 beers, considering the milk there. It's 12, 24. You've got like 65 copper left. Like the change is 65 copper.
Would
It's
you...
not tipping nation either.
I just thought of something cool, actually.
Go for it.
I say relate to the party. Would you, if we were to consider teaming up, should we write up like maybe like a Magna Carta for ourselves, something like that, like some sort
there
of
you go, buddy. You're learning from last time.
Bill of Rights type thing where we can all sign together and maybe, I don't know, as a way of officially recognizing our partnership.
I've got a name. for our temporary alliance.
Okay, I'm all ears.
How about the Sebes? Because it's a 3-headed wolf.
Oh, that's so good, Eddie. I like that.
I just shoot it down.
I am not. Can we all get wolf tattoos? Maybe that. I'm being
Montage?
As you see, I am extremely tattooed. So, it's the
Are you
Goliath's
now?
first thing. It's like, oh, something new's happening. Oh, can we get tattoos over it?
So you actually are quite tattooed because
Yeah.
I've always envisioned you as quite like non-tattooed there, but it would
No,
make
I'm
more
like full
sense.
tribal tattoos.
Full
facial
tribal tattoos.
everything.
Oh, really? Okay, so you got the face
Yeah.
tattoos, the back, the skin.
Yeah.
Is most of your
Yeah.
body consumed by these tattoos, and it's hard to find skin, or you still kind of got patches to find or place?
I reckon it's like the Japanese Yakuza ones, except the only non-tattooed area are my boobs.
So you've got you've got the suit. You got the suit tats, which is anything
Yeah.
that fits under a suit.
So
is
if I
tattooed.
wear if I don't have my nipple tassels on, it looks like and then I have my full garb on, it's like I don't have any tats.
So you got 3/4 sleeves and 3/4 legs, so you could wear shorts and like a 3/4 shirt, and you wouldn't be able to see anything. But considering you're naked essentially at the moment,
But I have
you've only
facial
got
tattoos
this,
as well.
and you got facial tattoos as well.
Yeah.
But considering you're naked at the moment, you've got like this kind of square around your bosom, or your pectorals.
There's circles, definitely.
There's circles around your pectorals. That are still-
Circles, yeah, there's
Love it,
definitely
okay.
circles.
I'm adding that to your bio.
Yeah, please do.
Anything like this as well that you kind of come up with a spot, just please add it. Sometimes I'll do it. Sometimes
you
I
say
won't.
you're adding it, I can add it to my bio.
You add it to your part, and I'll add it to mine.
Okay, hang on, we'll edit that shit. Okay, let's have a look.
So how do you all react to? How do you all react to fucking what's her name? What is her name?
Marcy?
What is her name? Lorcan's his name. Lorcan's proposition on some half-assed attempt to democratize loot and effort versus reward. And then how do you respond to Ignatio's request on the guild name or the binding name for the three of you?
Sebes. I like it. I think it's very clever. Because we're 3 one-man wolf packs becoming one wolf of 3-headed wolf.
It's one wolf that's also a pack. It's
Exactly.
Ignacio was like definitely like nodding in agreement to the proposition of some unwritten or written rules
Yeah.
that we abide by.
But obviously drafted up by all of us together.
Right. What about you, Forsey?
Yeah.
Forsey.
Wolfkin is confused by the name because he's never heard of it. He's like, what the fuck is that? But he's intrigued by the chance of meeting magical beings, and for the time being agrees, being like, sure, look, I'm intrigued, I'll go along.
Do we want to deal with that a little bit right now just to firm it up in metagaming speak what this means, or are you happy to just take it as it is? Because Lorcan, you haven't really described what this unison actually accomplishes, and it's up to you as a character if you do want to go into the details. But essentially, the way I've understood it is, let's just form some sort of unison, and it's democracy in quotes, and go from there.
I think that we would be putting into writing here that everyone's needs would be catered for as
You
well.
want to formalize it.
Yeah, we'll find the tomes of my people. Yeah, we'll find the Red Wizard of Thay that's gonna
Whoever-
fucking wrecked old mate, and yeah, we're gonna find heaps of wizards that are gonna be able to like give heaps of knowledge to
Okay.
Forsey over here, all that sort of stuff.
I'll poke you in the
Response.
right direction as well.
Every hearing that, I'd like to respond. How do you
Yeah.
prioritize? What's the
Well,
priority?
as things come up, it's not like we're just gonna go along our way and maybe. Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Maybe every I don't know. If we find a lead, we just follow it. How about that?
what if a tablet is one way and the spell's the other way? How do we prioritize? Who do we go to?
That's
reckon
why
we
it's good that
roll
there's three of
a
us.
D.
Democracy.
Democracy, exactly, totally. We take it to a vote. Majority rules.
So currently, none of you have leads.
Do you have a D20 roll? Do you have a D20 dice as I cast presentation?
Oh, well, we just roll a D3, mate.
T3.
Roll a D3. If it ever comes up to a 3-way decision, we roll a D3.
Deal.
As in, you're all split and you. Okay, well, this is good. We can just metagame it if you want from here.
Yeah. Roll a D3.
What we're
we
talking
can't
about
decide,
here is.
But if it's a 2-way decision, then it's majority rules.
So play as your character, but speak as metagaming. So think about your character, but give us your opinion as, you know, a metagamer. So we'll write up contract if you want. I'm for this. I like it. The 3 things in my mind is: do you have a name? The name was proposed by Eddie, which is Sebes, which is cool. I like it. I think that's really fitting. It's so cool.
I like it as well.
That's me as a DM. Ignore me. I just like it. The second thing is the way James and Mark are talking so far, and Eddie, is more on how do you prioritize quests. What usually people forget over is how do you divvy up party loot. And it's usually the smallest thing, because most people, when they play, because we're all friends, go, it's a third split. But making these clear is really good to do, especially early on. I'm happy to write something up. Well, Eddie's going to write it up as Eddie, if you guys are happy for it, and you can use it as a reference point. Again, it's not locked in stone, because, you know, if you want to betray against it, it's fine. It's more, as your characters, you're coming up naturally on how to deal with this. You've all shared this story on how you're here and what you want to do. The binding feature is you want to find wizards. None of you really have a lead to go on, and you all, what I'm hearing is you all kind of want to work together to expand the pact a little bit. So what you're fleshing out now is what quest you want to go on first, what takes priority in case it is. It's like going back to uni and looking at a charter, a fucking team charter on what's accountable and everything like that. I'm happy to do it like that. I'm happy to not. It's up to you guys. If you want to formalize it in that sense, Eddie will write something up and you guys discuss amongst yourselves on what it is. Else we just take it as it is. So right here, right now, are you happy to take that approach of kind of actually formalizing it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay with
Okay.
that. Because, like, my specific approach is only on the basis of engaging with people who are of magical essence, whether wizard, sorcerer, or someone with random abilities. That's my only
Sweet.
interest.
That's enough on that. We're going to push things forward, Mark, because this is more metagaming. I love it. Don't give up that passion, Mark. And sorry to cut it off there, but we want to get this mundane contract writing out of the point, and you're happy to bring this up in your discussions if you want. Out of the 3, the simplest I think is the name, in my mind. Are you happy with Ignacio's name suggestion?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's very creative, very cool.
Yeah, I love it. As a GM, I think that's really creative as well. Like the 3-headed, three dogs. Feel free to add your own flair for that. If you're like, I don't care or anything like that, go for it.
So, to interrupt, is that quest log? Is that quest log material?
Eddie will do it, and I'll update it for it.
No worries.
Okay, cool.
So just do it on a notepad, Eddie. I'll give you a resource for it.
What our all right.
The group rules, the contract. So I'll add that as a resource.
Out of curiosity, can we shoot off to a bed, fall asleep, and we can discuss this out of stream?
If you guys want to sleep, you can. Like, you've kind of had a little bit of a nap as you've ridden the horse. It's, maybe a couple hours after sunrise. The mayor did say...
Purely for 10 minutes left. My argument for it.
Well,
10 minutes is a
11
short
o'clock, in 13 minutes, I've 100% got to go. Like,
Yeah,
That's
what I'm
exactly-
saying. I'm like, can we piss off?
What's your
Go
intent?
in.
Like, you've all had... You're in and in, literally, right now. You can have a short... You've had a short rest by talking about your journeys and writing this contract up. The contract's in there, by the way, Eddie. And if you want a long rest, that's up to you guys. Long rest will be at least 8 hours, and that will take you to the evening time if you want.
I think that would probably be good actually, because we're all tired from ending on a long rest would probably be good because we're all tired. We've fought through the night. We've ridden horses. If we did get rest, it was fucking shit because we're on horseback. Like
100%.
Like we're in an inn with feather beds. Like
Such nice beds.
take that long rest, man. 100%.
Can we write? This is Meta Talk. Can we write the contract as Pillow Talk, as myself, Sheepbeard, and Ignacio were falling asleep? We wrote a contract,
What in? All right.
like a Pillow Talk kind of thing, being like, "Hey, man, like we should put this in stone. Let's write it on the thing, and then we fell asleep. So let's."
And we'll sign it in blood, obviously.
Yeah, that's
We'll
what I
go back
thought.
half a step then. We'll go back half a step. Correct me if I'm wrong, as you're finishing up your meal and your ales, you get up. One of you, I think it would be Lorcan, would be like, I think it's great to maybe write up some agreements between us. Ooh, I'm pretty tired. Oh, how about you guys? How about we spend the night?
Stop drinking beer.
You agree? Yeah, you agree after the rough time that might be good to, lay in a feathered bed. Maybe you overhear some of the other patrons going, "Oh, I've had the best sleep ever," after they're waking up and going about their day.
Yeah.
Especially the drunken people just waking up from the bar. And you get a shared room between you. So shared room will be 10 copper. 3 of you. It's 10 copper, 50 copper, or a silver, going from poorest to most expensive as they have. Shared room with walls, private room. So it's up to you guys if you want.
So
10
was
copper,
it
50.
10, 15, 50?
10, 50,
What?
1. 10, 50, 1. Or 10, 50, 100.
10 per person?
Total.
Who's offering me this?
The innkeeper, yeah. He kind of overhears that you're tired and you kind of want to go rest. It's an inn, I assume, to help you out. He just kind of offers, there's beds upstairs.
Because
We
I'd
can
like
offer
to
you
get
that.
full hit points back as well from this long rest.
Yeah, the short rest, you'd be able to do the dice rolls for it, but yeah.
Yeah, but
long
I've
rest
only
is
got one
good.
hit die.
Yeah,
Level
no,
one.
level 1. I'm trying to help it out here. Trying to just deal with maintenance.
Okay.
Is he open to a gamble?
Do you ask him, like, what, you're gambling a night?
I turn to him and be
what?
like, "Hey, mate, me and my fellow travelers are absolutely wrecked. Look, I feel like you're overcharging me. Would you like to have a quick gamble? We'll happily pay 10, but we'll bet for
great.
0 and we'll pay for 20 copper."
I find it, as Josh, hilarious that you're learning quite quickly that, what you feel is 10
Prices,
copper.
yeah.
The
When
prices.
we're about to give a guy 1 silver for a fucking 3 vegetables.
2 silver for like 3 vegetables, but 10 copper is too much for a night on the shittiest time.
For a
Look,
night,
he goes-
way too much, man. Fuck you.
To put it bluntly, he's not there to gamble. Look, there's other patrons here that do gamble at other times of the night. For me, my prices are as it is. 10, 50, 100. As it is. Take it or leave it. Otherwise, you can camp
Take
outside
the
with the
10,
other
mate.
campers.
Come on. We're not made of money, but we're also we'd like a bed to sleep in.
At this point in time, I'd like to cast Prestidigitation.
Yeah, your favorite spell. What are you doing?
Oh, no, as legitimately just cast Prestidigitation, put dice in my hand and be like, yeah, probably lucky, and then just be like, 10 copper sounds good.
Just out of curiosity, really quickly, what magical trick are you doing with these dice? So the dice are in your hand. What, you're making them glow? You're making them smell good? What are you doing? You're making the dice appear in your hand with a puff of smoke, perhaps? Like,
Making
"Ha!
everything shit happen, brother.
There are dice
Come
in
on,
my
bro.
hands. You are lucky."
Presentation.
No, I kind of just put my hand out like this and dice appear.
Yeah,
And be
okay.
like, yeah, you're lucky.
Um,
You're lucky that I didn't do it. We'll
easily,
take the 10 copper.
with your sleight of hand, dice don't actually magically appear. Well, actually, no, your dice appear in your hand, but poof, dice appear. Yes, you're lucky. And he goes, "Oh, that's a good trick." Yes, clearly uninterested in your displayed feat. Although he does get, you do get like a slight raised eyebrow. Although given his conversation, he's not there to gamble. So he shows you to your rooms upstairs, or he gets Marcy to show you to the rooms upstairs, and it's something quite simple and basic. It's I don't know how many of you have been slumming or backpacking, but it's essentially a hostel with 3 beds.
Sorry, is Marcy his daughter, wife?
You would assume wife, same age, similar appearance and stuff like that.
Ooh, interesting.
Slightly harder for you, but they look like, they're same height, same body structure, same appendages, roughly same features. You kind of understand about older
So
and
they're
younger.
family members. Gross.
I know, awesome. Is there a room nearby that I can walk into?
Sure. I
Can I
am
walk
conscious
in?
of time, so
Let's
what are you
let's wrap this up.
I'm
damn,
conscious of time. I'm happy to do it.
no.
Like, as Marcy kind of leads you upstairs, there's about 6 dormitory rooms, maybe 8 at most, and she leads you to one of the front dormitory rooms, opens the door and says, "Look, this is your room for the night. I hope you have a nice night. You've got until the morning. A nice 24 hours, let's say, a bit less, 22 hours." The chances would be very slim they're foreskin or Mark, but you wouldn't know that as foreskin.
Nah, I was
certainly
definitely gonna fuck her. Probably not.
Try. Okay, so getting into your room, into your slumbers, you kind of start doing a bit of pillow talk and discussing, like, wouldn't it be nice if I don't know, like, as you were discussing before in more detail, Cerebus sounds like a good name for the 3 of us, because we're all lone wolves, and this is 3 wolves together, or 3 dogs. Foreskin being a little bit more curious about what Cerebus is. Even you would have heard about this as well, Mark, it's a 3-headed dog. Like, that's what you know. It's a different religion, it's a different plane, but most mortals and most people would have heard about that. Let's get into the nitty-gritty for the last 5 minutes, I guess, and go, what are your conditions there?
Can we throw this under the player's handbook, like the newspaper, as a contract?
Yeah, there's literally a
that's
contract. Eddie's going to write it up because I've just enlisted him. It'll be someone else next time for me to do any ad hoc writing for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does everyone name their terms?
My 3 suggestions, just
Party look gets
impartially.
split.
Whatever your
100%,
goals
right?
are, just put it in there.
Well, no, it doesn't work that way.
I'll lock the contract down so you can't change it, by the way. You can all view it. So once you edit it today, I will lock it down so you can't change it, so there's no shenanigans. So come up to your terms. This is your writing of it. My recommendation is name. You're all happy with Cerebus?
I think the first lead that we get... we should follow. That's a good one. So if we first hear about the Wizard of Thay, for example, that you wanted to see, we get some information about that. I think that's what we should first follow. Because otherwise we're going to be like, just asking around for all of our own needs, and it should be like, whatever's presented to us at first should be the quest at hand.
Yeah, no, not for me. Mine's I put mine in the contract. Mine particularly was, if there's magical means, I will chase it.
Yeah.
Curiosity. Mine is curiosity is king in this situation.
Well,
That's
what I'm thinking right now is that
This might
if we
take more than
follow
5
the
minutes.
Red Wizards of Thay, for example, that lead first, like, we're likely to encounter
Can I
magical
offer a suggestion?
beings for Mark.
Mine is easy though. Mine
Thank
is
for it.
legitimately just, hey, there's magical means there. I'm like, oh, God. Okay, cool. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you legitimately say, hey, there's a guy who stole my wallet.
Hey, boys,
But
do you mind
but
if I
he's
offer a
magical.
suggestion first?
Yeah.
You've got a name. That's probably the easiest one, and you're all happy with this name. Garen, correct me if I'm wrong. The second thing that's really easy to deal with, because there's less conflict as well, is party loot. What I'd recommend doing is you guys come to an agreement on how is loot split. Is it just simply a third of all the gold gets split in a third? All the items get round robin to need before greed? Kind of like, WoW. Think about it in that, because we've all played WoW. Think about those rules now, because they're a lot easier to deal with. The contract of how you deal with quests can evolve over time as you agree, if you guys want.
Those can be. I reckon those can be judged. So if like deciding what we do next, we just vote on it each time.
Okay.
I reckon if we have that one flat rule, then that will cover like most decision making.
Okay. Sounds good. Chuck it in. Lock
Deal
it
with
in.
party loot first. Trust.
With party
Easiest to
loot,
hardest.
definitely we'll just split it 3 ways. Everything we want to sell, we'll just sell it and then split the remainders. If you find loot on your own, you have to let the party know. I'm putting
How
that in
about
there.
this? Why don't we split
I
it
don't agree
4
with that.
ways and have a kitty as well?
I agree with. If I find party, I'm not going to share it. However, I want everyone to know. However,
Deals
Yeah.
off, tears
I'm
up
not
the contract.
Firstly,
I'm not
make it
interested.
clear.
I'm not interested in loot. I'm interested in studying magical items. I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
This
that's
could be
fine.
the best item in the world. I don't care. I just want to study it.
We'll let
I'm
you.
not interested, so that's fine.
I'd let you study it, but why keep it secret?
Because if it kills everyone that I know, then I want to keep it. I think it's
Well,
priority.
That's really suspicious and awful sounding.
Yeah, it's a study. No,
If I find a nuke and I'm learn that it's a nuke, I'm not telling you so I can nuke people. I mean, just tell us and I'll let you nuke people.
no, I would never do that. That was the whole tomato analogy.
Oh,
okay, so I think that's good. What do you reckon? Split it 4 ways, and the other share goes into our party kitty, like our oh shit fund.
I don't need to know shit fund. I'll manage my funds.
Okay, so you want to go thirds? Okay,
I just want to go thirds.
all right, thirds and everything.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah, I don't care about that.
Sign
If
it
the-
off.
If there's anything, people want to keep, then we can discuss it. If there's an
Yes.
item that people are fighting over, we take a vote
How about democracy?
or roll the
everything.
dice. Yeah.
Democracy and RNG, sorted.
Yeah, democracy or a D3, basically.
Yeah,
Are you happy
democracy
with
or a
that, Mark,
D3.
/4?
Done.
Democracy and RNG are 2 different things, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but when
what
democracy
they're saying
fails,
is
we
democracy-
resort to RNG.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm hearing.
I'm happy with that.
Look,
And that's
yeah.
2 out of 3, Mark. So you've been crushed there. So,
Yeah, but I
so
can.
unfortunately,
Yeah, you say that. However, I can legitimately be like, yeah, no, I don't agree with this contract. I'm going to go on my own, and then I die.
You can, and that's a bit of metagaming if you want to do that. So, what I'm hearing, again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't care how you split the funds, but I want to speed things along considering time constraints. Is gold, jewels, and monetary value, you'll split between the 3 of you. There's no kitty. You'll just split. Anything you're selling, it's a split between the 3. You'll carry it, you'll do it, whatever. The burden is split between 3. When it
Correct.
comes to items, let's say a crossbow, or let's say a staff, or let's say something like
need
that.
before greed.
Are we happy with need before greed?
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as that allows me to study it before I hand it off.
So
Yeah.
even if you can't use it, you still want to just know about it. Is that correct?
That's going to be super annoying, Mark. What if we want to equip those items? You're like, no, I'm going to have a look at it first.
He
That's
does.
fine. That,
It's important though, being like,
Is-
hey,
is
here's
that
a
what you
crossbow.
want?
Oh yeah, put
Yeah,
it
but
here,
when we,
want them.
but Mark, when we get the item, we attune to it and we figure out what its properties are.
yeah, but I still want to study it and be like, oh, like here's a crossbow. Yeah, here you go. Oh yeah, it's cursed. Yeah, you die.
All that shit's just gonna. I'll keep it in the party loot tab until we sell it, and then we'll split them sales.
So,
Yeah.
Mark, just correct me if I'm wrong. You just want to know any magical item. You just want to hoard it like a dragon to know more about it. Then you're happy to relinquish it. You're seeking knowledge more than property value. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, as long
It's the
as they're
metagaming
happy.
here.
As long as they're happy to let me like look at it and like study it, like they can hold on to that. It's their possession as long as they allow me
Yeah,
to
yeah.
look at it.
Okay.
You just want to know
Okay,
more
I'll
about
agree
the
with that.
object.
Sure.
You crave knowledge,
Yeah.
and that knowledge could be on the item, and then it goes back to party loot or to the specific person. You just want to know what it is first.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's exactly like, yep, coffee gets it, but I want to when
Yeah.
you're
Did I express
Remember
that well
relaxing-
enough, Mark?
Yeah.
You want
Like,
to
if
know
we're at a
about the
campfire,
item.
Yeah, if we're at a campfire, I just want to look at your sword to study it, to make sure that it's not cursed or demons, or if I am, I'm interested.
Yeah. Does that make sense to everyone? Mark wants to
Yes.
learn about the item. He's not going to claim it for his own. He just wants to learn for knowledge, because he's a knowledge seeker, it seems. And then it's up to the kitty or like the group party, or up to a specific need before greed. So it just means any magical item goes towards Mark for identification.
Okay.
Afterwards, it then goes to whatever. Is everyone happy with that?
Perfect.
It's not that
Sorted.
I get access to the weapon at any time.
Okay, I think that we've extrapolated enough on that. Let's move on to the next item.
I would say that they don't agree that you have access at all times to the weapon or item, but you're able to study it.
Yes.
That's what I would say, that the group agrees
Yes.
to
Yes.
move on.
Agreed.
So now you've
Move
dealt with gold, monetary gains,
Loot.
loot, need before greed, and the conditions of the need before greed. Is there any other conditions of need before greed for the other two, for Lorcan or Ignacio?
If you can use it and it's an upgrade, take it. If not, sell it.
Yeah, very min-max. It's fine. I like it. This is what's going to become more fun, and I think we're going to stop it here. So save those notes, Eddie, for what we got for the contract. What I would say is, as you're kind of tottering to sleep, you've already kind of gotten into this general discussion of how items are split between all of you. The biggest conundrum that you've faced is what takes precedence? Whose task is more important? My opinion,
Vote.
it seems like...
We're just gonna vote.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah,
Vote,
those-
and if it comes to a 3-way RNG, mate, that's it. D3.
we're gonna
Vote
deal
or
with
D3.
everything like that.
Yeah.
As I said, all they need to say is we're chasing magical items, and I'm sold. That's it.
What about if we break the contract? What happens?
Yeah, these are the terms as well. Do you want to get
If
into
anyone
it now, boys?
breaks the contract,
Make it for a Facebook one, and we can readdress it next time we do our thing.
Have to cover the tattoo
Let's do it
over.
on Facebook.
So
You can readdress it when we
All
so
right.
you've come to
yeah, why don't you
agreements.
guys, everyone have a think about some terms you'd like to add,
Yeah.
and then we can all
I
come
like
back
this.
next week. Maybe before the stream and add them in, and then we can
Yeah.
just focus while on stream by just playing the game.
Yeah,
I like
sounds
this.
good.
I like this. You've dealt with the
Okay.
easiest things, the name and your general consensus of loot. The harder parts is how do you pursue a quest? What quest takes precedence? So we'll take that offline. We will see you, I guess, next week Saturday. Are we doing
Yeah.
next week Saturday?
No, can we do 2 weeks?
Yeah. I'm down for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's
Or
democracy, so it
Yeah.
sounds like 2 weeks.
are you going to be working?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
We can reassess.
So what
we
have
can
we got?
reassess on Facebook, guys. Come on. I know you guys prefer to go to sleep.
Alright.
Like, that's fine. Like this is mid maxing when
It'll probably be
we can-
2 weeks Sunday.
we can talk-
So
we can
2
talk
weeks
over
Sunday,
Facebook.
we'll see it. 2 weeks Sunday.
Alright.
2 weeks
Right.
Sunday? Done.
2 weeks Sunday. All right. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Sorry for dragging everyone just a little bit longer than anticipated. It is 6 past, it's a little bit annoying. But as you go to bed, you fall asleep, and it's the most delicious, dreaming, amazing sleep you've ever had for at least a long time. A long, long time. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Me and Mark, or fucking Foreskin, no chance. We'll see you tomorrow, most likely, for some Baldur's Gate. For now, though, have a nice night. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you soon, my friends.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
have a good time.
Have a beautiful
Good time.
time.